Hey guys, Lotus Streams here, coming at you with another battle report. Today we got some more Ynnari Eldar versus Space Marines, in this case Ultramarines chapter. And this time I'm going with less of a close combat list and more of a shooty list. So let's see what we got here. Alright, so in the HQ we have a Autark on a jetbike. He has a fusion gun but no other upgrades. He's just here to provide some fire support in case there's heavy tanky units. You never know. Might face that Land Raider and one fusion gun can make the difference. And in the other detachment we have Alamian SHQ. Then we basically have everything else filled with jet bikes, or wind riders in this case. They all have a little shuriken cannon down here. Because I needed some firepower and I want to try something out that requires jet bikes pretty much. And there's not really a jet bike formation I would like to run, so just went with the basic troops in this detachment. Filled all the slots and then I had some points left, so I filled some slots over here with artillery pieces, which are really inexpensive in the Eldar army, and I really enjoy these, so I just went ahead and grabbed some. So we have one D cannon and 3 Shadow Weavers, 1 single Shadow Weavers, D cannon, and 2 units of Shadow Weavers. Now, if you're wondering why is this made into 2 different detachments, why do they have different names? That is basically 2 times the same detachment, but you will gain benefit from be able to shoot another time, basically, because there's 2 different detachments. On death, you trigger your strength from death, and you get 1 additional per unit from a different detachment. Doesn't trigger twice for 1 detachment. That doesn't work, obviously, because it specifically states you can only do it once again. But as far as I know, command benefits in this case do not stack, but they interact with each other, and you can get the same ability again. Other than that, it's obviously a Reborn Warhost, and Reborn Warhost means we get stubborn and no leadership tests required from the shooting phase if we are within, I think, 7 inches of another unit. So some leadership stuff, and then the shooting and so on, or all the good stuff basically twice. And that is the entire detachment. One word about the Shadow Weavers. Shadow Weavers are basically winning on initiative, which is really powerful. They also have some kind of rend as they are AP2 if you're rolling a 6. And they're also base strength 6, so they're pretty decent at killing vehicles because Eldar don't have any ignore cover. But these things are barrage, and barrage weapons basically ignore cover, not quite, but pretty close. As long as you don't miss by a ton, you will hit something, and that will make the difference, hopefully. And I always like that. I think Shuriken also are really good weapons, and the Rend, or in this case not the Rend, the Bladestorm, is mostly effective when your enemy has no cover. So I'm going to try to turbo boost these things up close and use my sword burst actions to get some more shooting in, and then protect myself by having multiple squads, so if one of them dies, they can trigger their ability once more in the shooting phase, and 24 range means they can pretty much choose a target whatever they like. And to set the entire thing off, I also have one third detachment over here with a strike force, and that consists of 4 more bikes. In this case, not the normal Eldar jet bikes, it's just the Black Guardian jet bikes. The difference between those here is they don't have battle focus. They do have battle focus, which doesn't matter at all because they're bikes, but they gain weapon assault, so they can deep strike, and these can deep strike the first turn because I took the maximum amount of units in detachment, which is 4, and thanks to the Autark, they can do so on a 2+ if I want to, and if not, not. They can't trigger Sobos or anything. They are not part of the Ynnari Eldar, and they are just here to destroy something so they can trigger the Sobos for somebody else. So same idea with the artillery and these guys here of getting the other guys to do their work. Alright, then over here we have the Ultramarines yet again, but I revised the list a little bit and cut some stuff off because I really don't like how the Terminators perform and I want some more accurate representation. So we still have the double Battle Demi Company, making one force here to give me all the free transports. We still have the Captain with Jump Pack, Power Fist, Storm Shield, and one Chaplain who does not have a Terminator armor anymore. He's just a normal Chaplain as he comes stock because I want to invest some points in some more shooting and less close combat. Rest is 3 tactical squads with Flamer, Plasma, Melter in Razorbacks, come as stock. 4 multi-melters in one of these Razorbacks, and then in these here we have 4 less cannons this time for some more heavy support. Assault Marines are unchanged. I just switched the models so I remember they don't have assault packs because I think I used assault packs a bunch of times and they should not have them because they have drop pods. So we have 2 flamers in each, but pretty much unchanged. And then we have as an auxiliary, because you need, even in a Glider Strike Force, you need some kind of auxiliary. Thankfully, we have Stern Guard, so first company task force. These guys here have Combi Plasma and Double Plasma, Combi Melter, Double Melter, and everything else max squads in drop pods. And 1/3 squad with 3 normal dudes and 2 guys with a last cannon, because they can take multiple heavy weapons. And basically they will be here for some supporting, so I cut out the Terminators and everything else is just got some more shooting. And we also had to replace the squad, so I took some more Stern Guard, because I really enjoy how the Stern Guard perform. They have really, really good abilities. For example, nothing in this army can deal very well with support batteries, except the Stern Guard. The Stern Guard have the 2+ poison, all the good stuff. That works quite nicely. They will be very useful this game again, as always, so I always keep taking them most of the time. Alright, that's 1850 of Glider Strike Force. So we have tactical doctrines and all that stuff because we're Ultramarines, so we get to reroll basically anything we want to, and this time the Devastator Doctrine also makes some more sense maybe. But other than that, a very mechanized army with some sort of support from space from time to time, which is gonna, I think, will be very, very useful this game. Warlord traits, we're gonna go for the Ynnari. Warlord traits, obviously, the Autarch is gonna be the Warlord, I think, because Lamian is still very easy to assassinate, so I'm not gonna bother getting her killed for a first blood and a Warlord kill. And most of the time you want her at least a little bit in the back if possible. Alright, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 inches Fearless. Fearless is nice and all, but I don't lose anything to shooting anyway, and I'm stubborn, so not necessary. So I'm gonna reroll that because there's way better water traits than that one. And that looks like a 1, which is 14 inches soul burst actions rather than 7 inches. That's a good one, I guess. Not even sure if these guys, if these things are in the right order, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just a d6 roll. So this one here, Favorite of Ynnari, is the first one. No idea if that is actually true or if it's just sorted by ABC. I think so. But let's just roll with it. That's Favorite of Ynnari, and there we go. It's a good one. If he joins a unit, he probably doesn't want to join a unit, but maybe now he wants to. It depends on how much space I need, pretty much, because that's all that does for me the very first turn. All right. The Marines will go for strategic. See what their Warlord trait is. That looks like -1 to reserves. Is kind of good, but I don't have that much in reserve. And night fighting would be better for sure because they get at least some saves. Plus the reserve rolls would be fine. Season initiatives would be fine. I think I want to reroll this because there's better ones. Okay, there we go. Automatic night fighting and night vision. Sounds pretty nice. So we at least get some 6-up cover and some better cover in case I decide not to come close. And that should be pretty nice to have. Alright, so next thing is rolling off for objectives and everything. Eldar plays the first objective, so let's grab some markers from here. It's gonna be the first Maelstrom mission, just draw 3 each turn, or up to 3 each turn, and then do your objectives. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm gonna play this, but the Eldar have some sort of artillery, so artillery always wants to stay in the back. 48 range with the Shadow Weavers, so pretty good one. I'm gonna put some over here in the back on the far line and 6 inches away, obviously. So right here is the spot, the sweet spot, and then the Marines can go. I think the Marines would rather go for a more central thing because they have a lot of objectives secure and everything, and if they can park on it, they should be fine. And they still would like to have some cover at least, so I'm gonna put it over here so we can get some Marines in next to that rock. Same idea over here, so we go on 6 inches away from the corner and try to set up some sort of artillery position right there. And Ultramarines probably will mirror their own again on this side. There's less cover here though. So a complete mirror is not necessary. We want to have it a little bit closer to this rock here. And then we have 2 more. Eldar deployment is a little bit weird now. So far, no side is really favored, but it's probably gonna change because we have less places where we can put them down. If we put them here, we have like a bunch of them in one deployment zone. And a very forward one, which is not good for artillery by no means. So I think we will go with this one here. It's a little bit more hidden. Even if we don't get Dawn of War deployment or anything, even if we get Dawn of War, it is a fine one because we can hog here and shoot. And if not, we still have some good range here. And then we have to see, do the Ultramarines agree on that, or do they want a one further in the back for drop pod purposes? Because if we put one over here, for example, that's something the Eldar would not necessarily want to have, since they don't have line of sight with artillery very well, so they will scatter a lot, and that will hurt because the Eldar have to come close this game, which is really weird, but that's how I made the list. So I think they should be fine with something a little bit more on the deployment zone. We're still pretty equal on Hammer and Anvil too. I think that's fine. I love this phase of the game. It's basically the tactical choice that will make or break your game, depending on how good you make it. Right, that is all the objective placements, and let's go for some side choice. It's the same. Let's reroll. Okay, so Ultramarines choose their side here. Let's see, what deployment do we have? Ooh, it's the ugly one. Vanguard. Vanguard favors this side because we have 2 over here and only 1 over there. Although the Eldar will get a lot of cover back here, which is really bad for last cannons, because there's barely any line of sight to that corner. So this is the more defensive one. I think it doesn't make a difference. I think I'm gonna take this one still, just to have more to get over here and grab that one with some rhinos and here and here. Yeah, I think this one is the better one for Ultramarines for sure. Alright. And then the more important one, who is deploying first. Ultramarines can choose to deploy first. I think they will. The issue is they will lose a lot of Stern Guard if they do. And but I don't think it's necessarily... Is it? Now this is interesting with Strength from Death. So if we assume we get the first turn, which we most likely will, we're gonna drop down some drop pods with Stern Guard in them. Or with Marines, doesn't matter which one. Probably Stern Guard, because these guys can take out the artillery pieces very easily, and these guys can't even touch them, because they have they are Guardians, true, but they are still toughness 7, so it's very unlikely that anything is going to happen to them, and the Stern Guard can basically take them out. The issue is, if as soon as they take out the weapon platforms, they will basically get gunned down, because everything can open fire that is around. And if not, they will die next turn and then feed another soul burst action. for the next one. And these guys are not even touchable because they are still in reserves then. So in terms of what I want to is I want them to come to me and then kill them so they can at least only trigger their soul burst once and not twice. Because they can use it in my own face and their face, don't forget that. Hmm. It's really an issue. I don't know what's the best choice here. Usually first turn is always the better one, because we can secure objectives faster, but not necessarily this game. I think I'll take first turn. I just want to see how it pans out, pretty much. That's my main reasoning here. Alright, so first turn should be Ultramarines, unless they seize. Now we have to get some allocations here. I think the captain is gonna join the Devastators. In this case, not the Multimeters, please. And the captain, the Multimeters. Just because I want these guys here to survive at least one round, if they can. Might be even better to put it on the last cans, I think. Yeah, let's go with the last cans. The heavy weaponry is going to be deployed first too, because we want those to have some decent firing arcs here. And we have 3 squads of them this turn, so we have to be a little bit more careful. I think I'll deploy the multimeter on the field, even though that's not a good idea. They will snap fire anyway when they disembark, so screw that. Okay, these guys here are not part of the Battledemi company, so I think the best idea would be less cannons back here. So we have some decent firing support. As you can see, the line of sight is severely inhibited, but it is still doable, I think. Just grab them over here. We have to spread a little bit because there is Shadow Weavers, and Shadow Weavers really hurt. And I'll use the captain to basically cover my side and just to have him closer than the last cannons, like so. Multimeters have way close. They have to be way closer, so we probably want to deploy them up here, because we know the Eldar will come to us anyway. Might as well deploy them a little bit careful, but not that careful, so they can at least fire one round. And then the last cannon can pretty much choose where they want to be, and I think they want to be on this side, so the Eldar don't have free reign over this side, because the way this map works is pretty easy. Most of the time, if you're more mobile than your opponent, you can hop over here for the first turn and then flank them. On this side, that is not possible because it's shorter, just because of the deployment zone, and there's less cover with the rock. So I am going to assume this flank here needs some more coverage by heavy weaponry. And the chaplain will try to tank as much as he can, and so will the other guys, because the last cans are expensive. Like so. Alright. Then we basically have to deploy a bunch of vehicles here, and we also have to add the transports to their respective owners, pretty much. I don't necessarily need those as transports, I rather have them as cover. That's the only reason why they exist here. I'm gonna park one over here, and this one over here, because we can still move them. We can't move the Devastators, but that doesn't matter, because as you can see, they can only see the captain, but not the heavy weaponry, which is exactly why you take transports, if you want to shoot and still be a Devastator. And then these guys here can embark in their respective transports and see where they want to go. Usually I put the flamers to the flanks, just so they have some sort of loop around and be a threat, because otherwise if they go down the mid, they might be out of position very quickly, because the Eldar are very mobile, and flamers are utterly useless if they don't get in range. So makes sense, at least to me. We also want to push forward anyway, because there's an objective. So I'm gonna grab one flamer over here and one flamer back over here. Less coverage on this side, but we already have the stern guard back there, so should be okay. And then the rest will deploy differently. Okay, so we for sure need something here and here, so we can get onto that objective. I'm gonna put one over here, and the plasma one over here. Then we still have two melter backs. I think I want to use those to cover my own guys. These guys don't have any vehicle cover due to the fact that they don't have a transport, because they're not part of the demi company. But I think these guys are good. They don't need more support than that. I'm gonna put the melter back over here as well. Try to push forward together with the flamer. Have some, at least some firing power, because melter's gonna make them jink, which is nice, and might be able to take out some firepower that way, because jinking with jetbikes are not terribly accurate. Alright, these guys here are all in their drop pods, and we can see what we call in. Probably have to call in the flamers, to be honest, because everything else is suicide if we do it. Alright, now the Eldar have the chance to counter deploy, because nothing else needs to be deployed, and the counter deploy here is pretty simple. We deploy as far as we can, because the idea is using the turbo boost, and obviously Eldar turbo boost is endlessly long, which is something I really do not like about them. I think that's what's putting the jet bikes over the edge in the end, together with their low prices, of course. And I don't know. Lamien is going to stay in reserve for obvious reasons. She doesn't want to die. That's the most prominent reason. Because feeding first blood is not necessarily on my list of what to do this game. And that's exactly what she does. That's what she does best. Alright, and then we're gonna do it Eldar style. We're gonna hide as much as we can. So we don't have to jink first turn, because I don't like jinking. Put them all back here. Because if you imagine, they have 12-inch movement, and then they have their turbo boost, so they can pretty much reach wherever they want to. They don't have to deploy up close, ever, if they don't want to. And they sure as heck don't want to. I could also null deploy here, but I don't have the first turn, so that will cost me a lot of firepower if I do. And I'd rather not. That's the only reason. And then the autark is gonna deploy where? Interesting. I think I need one unit here. The issue is, if I don't deploy this unit here, the Assault Marines are gonna have a great flaming template right here. On the other hand, I mean, I'm gonna take losses anyway. Might as well take the flamer losses and not the last cannon losses. And the autark simply does not want to die necessarily. I can actually tank some wounds with him. I'm fine with that. He doesn't want to take any last cannon units, but he can tank the rest. Okay, let's check line of sight. As you can see, the melters are in range, but not in range. They are in line of sight, but not in range. And these last cannons here can see something, but it's not really a clear shot. Yeah, they can't see the autark. They can see these guys, but they are out of range. So it seems good. These guys are all in Deep Strike Reserve, obviously, and the Lamien too. But then we have a bunch of artillery pieces that we need to deploy. Because for some reason those are dirt cheap as well. And we have some really nasty stuff. We have D-cannons here. D-cannons attract a lot of fire, which is their upside. The downside is they only have 24 range. So mostly you can use them as a bait and try to lure your enemy into positions where he can't kill them, but he still wants to. So for example over here, if we deploy it here, we have good line of sight down here, so they can't come any further, and we also secure that objective. But at the same time, the thing is toughness 7, so it's really hard to take it out in one hit, and the weapons model will also tank some hits. So that's a pretty good concealed position that I like. And the second one has a little bit more of an issue, but I think I'm fine with deploying it at pretty much as close as I can, which is on this rock. Okay, let's put it down here. It's an anti-grav platform after all. Can hide wherever it wants to. Also got some cover at least. And then the last guy obviously is gonna hide behind here. And they're not scared of less cans and everything, because if they waste their shots on these guys here, my jetbikes will be fine to strike next turn, and if they leave it up, it's gonna blast something into oblivion next turn. So, win-win situation for the Eldar. This thing is gonna be even more bold, and it's gonna deploy right in front of them. They're gonna take that bush as cover just so the Guardian at least gets some sort of a save against this. But it's just one model, so it's very unlikely that they're actually gonna kill it. And yeah, we don't necessarily have to do anything else about it. These guys here will pretty much only deploy back here, because a Shadow Weaver has 48 range, so we have some really, really good range on everything we want to. And then we put the Guardian crew up front to eat some shots, basically. We only need 3 guys in the back to man the arm the guns, but nothing else. So 4 can be in the front row, because then the weapon platform is dead anyway. Like so. Right, these Shadow Weavers will go onto this side. Same idea here, we're gonna bait some shots. Obviously we have less cover here, but the side is a little bit more obscured, and we can fire indirectly. We don't have to care about line of sight so much. And since they're part of this detachment, they are fearless as long as they're within 7 inches of another unit from this detachment when you shoot at them. So they can't run away at any point of the game, pretty much. Unless somebody runs away, but it's friggin' artillery pieces. They will never move if it's not involuntary. So I don't think so. Alright, then the last unit back here. Gonna hug the cover a little bit. 2 guys in the back. Platforms into cover. Here we go. Looks like a decent deployment to me. And obviously they have like a gigantic amount of targets now, but that's all expected. I mean, that's what I wanted anyway. Oh, this guy's gonna take that bush. I'm not sure if that counts as cover, but we're just gonna roll with it. For some reason I can't read YouTube. That's pretty bad, but it sucks. I have no idea why though. I can't fix it. Alright, that is the deployment. Looks pretty obvious to me. Everything is pretty close to each other. Obviously the Marines have some upsides here of having first turn and having objective secure, but other than that, I think the Eldar should have it in the back, and I have some pretty nasty amount of shooting coming in next turn. Not so much as you would expect, because I need my turbo boost, but you will see that the Marines will pretty much get no cover here, which is an issue for each army that has transport. They need to be saved. Alright, so season initiative on a 6+ for the Ynnari, and that looks like... Is that flat? It's not, okay. Let's not roll on a little bush. Alright, so they don't seize the initiative, and that means with Ultramarines turn 1 objective cards. See what they have. Hungry for Glory is bad, Harness the Warp is impossible. Hold the line supremacy. Okay, hold the line easy peasy. We just have to have a bunch of units in our deployment zone, which is back here. And we already have that. We just need 3 of them. And that's none of your opponent is already done. Supremacy, we have to control 2 and at least twice as many. They only control 1 as far as I see, so that's pretty easy too, because we are already sitting on this one and this one with the Devastator squads, and they're not moving anywhere. So it's at least 2 and twice as many. Unless the Eldar get their Soul Burst actions, so watch out for the Soul Burst here, because that might change the tide. And Hungry for Glory is pretty much impossible. That is not scoreable. Alright, so they pretty much don't have to care about objectives much this turn, and they can do what they want. The question is, do we still go for the assassination of something with the Stern Guard? Because the Stern Guard can take out these platforms pretty easily, because they are poison rounds, and they have AP5 at least, which is what Guardian Armor is, and some Plasma, some Melta to take out these weapon platforms too, because they have the 3-up armor saves. If we do so, if we take out any of these weapon platforms, they're gonna instantaneously die due to the amount of firepower I have sitting around. But is it worth it or is it not? Because Shadow Weaver is pretty nasty and it is very, very annoying to deal with later because it eats Marine squads at some point just because of the rends. Or do we drop the Flamers for some roasting here? But I mean, I deployed pretty good against Flamers because they can't drop. They can only drop here or here. This is way too risky. This one is useless because they're toughness 7. And we don't really have much options here in terms of that. I think I'll go for 1 Stern Guard and 1 Assault Marine Squad. Trying to do my worst here, but at the same time not lose everything. So I'm going to try to come in right here, because that's less Eldar being around when I kill this unit. And I'm going to try over there, see if the Stern Guard can make it. Alright, let's see it. Oh, that is a pretty far scatter. Alright, so upside is we are on the objective. That's good. Downside is we are pretty far away from where we actually wanted to be, so we have no cover here. Kind of okay, I think. Alright, let's deploy the guys. We can deploy up to here. But we don't want to. Rapid firing range is about here, and melta gun range 2. What kind of squad is this anyway? Is this melta? Yeah, it was supposed to be melta, so that's fine. Melta guns obviously need to be within 12. Oh yeah, my preferred enemy with this squad here is with the entire formation is this weapons platform, because it makes sense. Everything else is pretty much obscured. These guys are single units, so it doesn't make sense. Autark doesn't make sense, so I think we're good here. We're also going to activate the Devastor Doctrine this turn, before I forget it, and that's pretty much everything we need, right? Should be okay. Alright, let's do this. Want to stay in rapid firing range, but nothing else. Let's come a little bit closer. Alright, seems to be good. And that is the first squad. Second squad is the Assault Marine squad, because we bring in half of the drop pod force this turn. And I'm thinking about dropping it here still, but I think we should be fine here. If I can drop it there, it should be okay and get a good hit on these bikes. And we might not even kill a squad, which is really good, because we don't die immediately. Oh, that is a big scatter though. So we scatter into the rock here, and we land close to the land pretty close to the guys over here. Looks a little bit weird, but that's because the terrain is so weird here. Drop it right there. Okay, it's gonna take a test too, because it went into dangerous terrain. And it suffers another mobilize, so it loses 2 whole points right away. That's actually really not good, because if the Eldar kill that one with a free round of shooting, they will trigger the entire strength from death thing here, and that can snowball very very quickly. So now we only need one glance. So unlucky, I guess. But let's see where they can go. We're gonna move through difficult terrain for sure, because we landed on a rock. 4 inches. I think we pretty much move over here. Uh, it's kind of hard to measure, but I think eyeballing it, we should be able to deploy about here with both flamers. That's all I care about really. The rest can pretty much stay where they are. They're gonna threaten to charge the support platform next turn. That's pretty much all they want to do. And apart from that, not really much. Alright, so let's make it a little bit more fancy, even though they will die next turn. Drop them down, and drop them down. Alright, like so. And then it on that rock. So all in all, pretty good, but very dangerous too. Alright, that is all the deep strike movement. So next is gonna be some normal movement, and I'm gonna move forward a lot. So this Razorback is not immobilized. It has the flamer inside, so it's gonna move full 12 here, because it doesn't really have anything to do. So that's the first it can go. So all we can do is pivot like this. Not the flamer. It actually is a flamer. Huh. I have 2 flamers here. I'm not used to that. Alright, so this one is moving over here. And this one is just moving a little bit more slowly to have some more firepower. This Razorback here, it's gonna just move a little bit forward, so it can move in front of the last cannons next turn. Plasma gun is gonna move flat out, so there's no good targets here. This one here is gonna move to the side, like so. Captain is gonna stay where he is, because we don't know where the other stuff is coming in yet. This one here is gonna move full speed ahead as well. And this one here, pretty much the same, I think. So 10 inches to there, and then 2 inches to here. Yeah, just forward pretty much. That's all I wanted to do this turn, because all we have to do is keep some guys in my deployment zone, and I think we already have that. Yep, we have it. Just move the Devastator squads, these 2 Devastator squads, and that Razorback should be fine. And then we will get both objectives that we can actually do this turn. Alright, that's it. Already called my doctrine, so let's go into the shooting phase and see what we can do here. So first of all, we're gonna flamer template some stuff here. That looks like a good hit here. Let's roll for each separately. So we have one hit there, winning on a 4. Yes, and a 3 up. No. Wow. Already killed one jetbike. One guy here. Yes. God damn it, these guys. One here. Then one in squad number 3. Come on, guys, you can do it. Make some 3-up armor saves, please. Thank you very much. And then We have 2 in the last squad. That's 1 and a 3 up. Nice. Alright, second one. It's a little bit more complicated in terms of how to measure. Can I see the... There's a template, alright. He's gonna get like 4. So 2 here, 2 here, 1 there. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, so squad number 6 is 1. Nope. And the other one? Yes. Armor save. Yes. And then 2. 1. Armor save. Yes. Okay. So they took some pretty good losses at the beginning, but other than that, not really. And then we have to fire at the back squad here, because that's the one we target to get the other guys, because something has to be the primary target. So we have, yeah, we have 3 guys in range of pistols. Rerolling 1s because of Devastator Doctrine, and wounding on 4s, and a 3 up. Fine. Okay, so nothing happened really. I'm gonna fire the Stormbolter into the artillery just for the lull. Might be able to peel off the Guardian there. Also wounding on a 6? No, nothing there. Okay, that's all we can do with them. Next is gonna be these guys here. This Stern Gun squad is gonna fire into the Shadow Weaver. And they're gonna use their poison rounds, obviously, because they're toughness 7 and they need that. And these Guardians only have 5 ups, so we're gonna fire the normal guys first and the Melter Gun squad after. So we have, whoops, 10 of them. Rerolling once both with wounding and shooting, because we have a preferred enemy against that. But looks like we only have 1 miss that we can reroll, and that still misses. Alright. Wounding on 2 is rerolling though, so pretty likely to do all wounds here. Rerolling. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go to ground with the unit, I believe, or do I? The issue is if I go to ground, I cannot fire next turn, and I don't think the melter guns have the power to punch through these platforms right away. So I'm not gonna go to ground actually. I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4 to the face, and then the weapon platform can also tank and takes 1 glancing, 1 wound. It doesn't have armor radius, so no glancing. Okay, that's it. And then next we have the Melta Combi Melta. 3 shots. Rerolling once. Nope, that is pretty terrible. Winning on a 3. And that's just a... Yep, that's a wound on this platform, because it doesn't get any saves here. And then we also have 6 also, whoops, poison rounds. Rerolling once, thankfully, because it was pretty bad. Oh, still pretty bad. And wounding on 2s. Rerolling once. Still 4 wounds. And all of these are 3 up armor saves on the weapon. Okay, so there is 1 dead and 1 dead, because they take 2 more wounds, and that 1 is left. Okay. Not gonna bother firing the Stormbolter into them though, I think. Nah, it doesn't really make sense. He's gonna fire into the jetbikes instead. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. And that's 1 dead. Blop. Alright. So I guess successful, because it's still 1 thing left here, and we didn't wipe up the entire squad, so we don't die. That's nice. And I guess we can continue with the shooting. This one here is going to move flat out. 6 inches. This one is also going to move out flat out 6 inches onto the objective, so they can blob it down. And this one here is going to open fire, I guess. Yeah, why not? Into the Autark and his squad. With the heavy bolter, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, and 3 up. He takes a wound. Then we have a bunch of last cannons here. Might as well shoot into him, I guess. Actually, I want to kill these guys here. I'm gonna try to take out the squad here. So hitting on a 2 with one of them hits, and then 3 normal shots. Rerolling once. Rerolling everything because we have Devastator. Ooh. So still 3 hits. Wounding on 2s because it's strength 9. And pretty much 5 up cover. Yeah, 5 up cover all around. Where's my last cans even? Wait a second. Oh, I thought these were the last cans. Huh. Are we in range actually? Yeah, everything is in range. Yeah, that's no cover from a rock though, so it's just 5 ups here. Alright. So 5 ups, sorry. So 3 5 ups destroys this guy and the weapons platform. And then he's still alive. Now the question is, do we kill him and get our first blood? But then he will trigger the artillery, so I think we have to keep him alive just for that purpose. I'm not too sure about that one though. These guys will hold still. The multi-melter thing is gonna flat out in front and pivot, like so. This Razorback is gonna move forward and in front. Plasma Razorback. Yeah, it's gonna fire into the artillery, why not? It doesn't have to move necessarily. Wow, misses everything though. My goodness, one single hit, wounding on a... no, on a 5, but nothing. Actually on a 6, it's strength 5 and they're toughness 7, so nothing even. Now seeing that one, I think I'm going to move flat out here because we need to secure objectives. And they're pretty much immune to small arms fire at the moment. So just go ahead here and pivot. Okay. That is everything. No leadership tests required because we do not take them as long as we're within one another unit here, and we are. And no first blood either, because this guy here does not. If he dies, they have a big problem. The only issue is he might die on purpose, although he doesn't have much targets to charge, but that's gonna be his job now. He's gonna charge into somewhere and die. That's pretty much what I want from him. Okay, that is all they have. So they score 2 objectives and they get D3 for supremacy. It's gonna die here because we score D3 if we got twice as many. That's just 1. Okay, that's too bad. We did hold the line because we have 3 scoring units, and we're gonna discard Hungry for Glory because that is a crappy one for sure. Alright, put it in here, 2 points, and that's first turn Ultramarines. So first on Eldar, we have some objectives to draw. Let's see what we have. Hopefully something like overwhelming firepower, because that's what I'm gonna do. No. No harness in the warp, because we don't have any psychers. Crazy, I know. Assassinate, okay, that's good. So we gotta kill some characters, and we get D3 if we kill 3. And then 1 and 4. So let's check that out. 1 is... where? Here. So we're sitting on it, that's nice. And number 4 is here. That's also nice, because I want to kill some last cannons anyway. Might as well take them out, right? Okay. Then we have 4 reserve rolls, all equal units here, so we can roll them all at the same time. And one of them does not come in, because it's a 1. And 3 of them come in if I want to, and I want them all to come in, obviously. Now they deep strike and they don't scatter, but they have to stay away 9 inches from all units. Pretty much like so. There's not enough space here. I did not do that on purpose, but looks like we can't land there. Which means have some good coverage here. But they don't have any coverage back here, so I'm gonna abuse that. And pretty close to them instead. 9 inches away from them. We're gonna land right here. Obviously we're deep striking, so we have to get close together. And then the next squad. Hmm. Don't think we can land anywhere here, can we? Because this is 9 inches away, but this is not 9. Nah, that's not an issue. We might as well just jump here, because why not? Deep strike 1 here. Pretty much like no deploying at this point. We can still make our assault moves to get out of there. Over here I would like to have some, if possible. Just to seize the objective, not the initiative. 9 inches away from them. That's easy. So we can deploy back here. Obviously not over the map, because that's illegal. Like so. And that is my reserves. Alright, next is movement. I don't necessarily have much movement here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this guy up here because he needs to tank for the weapon platform. We just need one guy to to mend this gun and not more. Meep. This thing doesn't have to move, by the way. It can just stay where it wants to. It's an artillery piece, so it doesn't have any firing arcs or anything like that. And then everything else is gonna make some moves here. So these things are gonna move 12 inches. Basically staying within 7 inches of everything. Yep, of everything that might explode or die or anything happening pretty much that will trigger the soul burst. Then this one as well. Like so. And same for these guys. Gonna jump over here. Hep. Turning around. Facing this way. 7 inches. Got it. These guys, I don't know. They can just... Actually, I can send one of them a little bit forward. Why? Because Congo lining the Guardians here will make me trigger Strength from Death with my Guardian here. Because he is part of the squad, so these guys can fire twice if that thing gets wrecked. So that is pretty nice to have. This guy here I already mentioned, he needs to charge something, so he's gonna move up here and try to charge a Space Marine squad if he can. And he's not gonna reach here, so might as well. Then we have some more bikes here. Hep. Jumping over here. And bikes far back here. Jumping to here. They're not in range for soul burst, so they got a turbo boost pretty much. Same for these here because they're too far away. Oh, actually, they're not too far away for soul burst at all. Now that I think of it, because there's a drop pod on one whole point back here, and we can trigger that really easily. And this one is still out of range though, so I need to move those a little bit more. Then back here, we're gonna hop across to, staying within 7 inches of that assault squad. These two guys will also back here. And these three guys will go to the front instead, so we can have some fun with that Razorback. The Autark is gonna... Actually, he's gonna hop here, and he's gonna not attach himself to that squad. He's just gonna take his fusion gun shot at that one, just for some lull. And for a safe kill pretty much, because he has fusion after all. These guys will pretty much spread, so they can take that one or this one. Yep, should be able to reach that. And then these guys here will pretty much move behind, like so. And these guys like so. Alright. Artillery pieces don't have to move much. These guys here don't have to move because they're not close enough for anything to trigger. These guys here are in range to trigger anything, so that's 2D shots, by the way. That's a really, really big issue for them, because that is gonna whack open a bunch of transports or evaporate whatever is inside. That's the issue with the D-cannons. There was no way to focus down the D-cannon here, and if I did so, they would have triggered everything else around them. So it's really dangerous to kill Eldar in this kind of games, because they pretty much get a free round of shooting with everything for one death, which is always nice. Okay, and now we're gonna trigger some death on the enemy instead. Alright, so let's start with the boring stuff with the guys that can't actually trigger everything else. I believe that's the best idea, so we can soul burst forward. I'm also gonna take some soul burst markers, because sometimes you just get out of hand with the soul bursting. So we're gonna put it over here just so we know who did what when. So first is we have to shoot stuff that can get a soul burst afterwards. So we're gonna shoot these two bikes here into the Razorback. 1, 2, 3, 6, got it. Hidden on 3s, very good, and glancing on that, because they have strength 6 against 11, so we need 5s and so on. Got it. It's night fighting though, so we have 6 ups. Nope, and 6 ups. Nope, nothing. So that is a dead Razorback, and that's a first blood. These guys here will disembark next to it, pretty much. Yeah, they have to get into that objective. Let's actually disembark them behind the Razorback so we can grab that objective, because they're not going to win by shooting. Not at all. I don't think so. And this guy is going to stay exactly behind the transport so they can't see him. Alright. That thing is down. And that means these guys already did their shooting, which is lovely. Next is these guys here. Actually, we can fire the D-cannon next. D-cannon is going to open fire into that Razorback. Gonna get one shot, because the good thing is it doesn't get cover from here, even though we are shooting through that rock basically. We have a barrage D weapon, which is nuts, because it can pretty much ignore cover. Fire on the hole. That's direct hit. What happens on the charge? That's a boom. How many? One. One penetrating hit, AP 2. And it's shaken. Alright. Shaken Razorback. My secondary weapons can't hurt that thing, so that's fine. And I guess we can now shoot at these guys here. So we're now shooting with these guys here into the Assault Marines, because everything here has already shot, so we can trigger a second round of shooting with Strength from Death, pretty much. Nice, I can actually trigger all 3 of them. I have another squad here. I didn't really realize, but I have another squad that I need to fire. And since we have multiple detachments, we can trigger these guys, and these guys at the same time by killing these guys. Alright, so we're gonna fire another round of Shuriken into the squad that just disembarked. 4 shots, hidden on 3s, wounding on 2s, no blade storms, so that's just 3 up armor, and they're okay. And then we can continue firing with everything else. So first I'm gonna fire into the Marines, I guess. Yeah, why not? So we have 9 shots with the remaining Shuriken. Hidden on 3s. Well, not bad. And wounding on 2s with Blade Storm. No Blade Storm wounds again. But that is 3 of them dead, which is nice. 1 and 2 and 3. I can pretty much fire with these guys, I guess. Depends. I'm thinking about using some artillery instead and try to kill them that way, but I think that's a little bit overkill. Just to kill them. I don't know. Now I'm just gonna use one of the bike units here. These guys here. So that's another 9 shots. Hitting on 3s. Pretty average and winning on 2s. Come on, give me some 6s here. They never got any 6s so far. My goodness. You guys suck at wounding and at actually blade storming. Oh, I didn't say anything. They did. They are paying their armor saves. Okay. Triggers Strength from Death on these guys here because they are all in range. 1 for the guy and 2 for the detachments because there's 2 separate detachments. We're gonna shoot again. The D cannon is gonna take the same shot on this guy here. See where it lands. Direct on target. What happens to the target? It's a kaboom. How much kaboom does it go? Just 1. And what happens with the pen result? It is a weapon destroyed. Okay. Actually, wait a second. There we go. No cover save. It would have gotten night fighting here, but didn't work. So it's dead. And what's called the heavy bolter is destroyed. Okay. That's pretty nice because we can trigger on this guy with these guys for sure. Also gonna give it its searchlight. And then we can trigger the next one. Next one is these 3 guys here shooting at, guess at that Razorback, just for low. So we have 6 shots again, because it's only 2 jetbikes remaining. Oh, come on, guys. Why do you... Okay, never mind. I take that any day. That's 2 glances on the back, and he also has his night fighting, which he does not make. So it's down to 1. And then we can fire the other group at that one as well. Might as well. Alright, good shooting here. Should be dead any second. Yeah, it's down. It's exactly on 1. Was on 1 hull point, so it goes down, and the guys disembark. Oh yeah, also these guys need to take a pinning check, because I forgot. Sorry about that. Those guys are pinned. Feels bad, man. Pin. There it is. Pinned. Plasma gun into the back. It's not really something I like to deploy here, but we have to. Kind of. Alright, that's one. That one is dead. We can lock it down, set it on fire. Fancy fire. There we go. So it doesn't look that big. Alright, and that is all the surburst. So all 3 get their searchlights, so I remember. Although this one here dying can trigger this bike. No, it does not. It's too far away. Okay, I lied. I feel bad, man. I lied. Okay, the Autark is going to take a pot shot at that drop pod. Rhymes, right? Actually, no. I'm doing bullshit here. Obviously, I need to fire these guys first before I trigger Strength from Death. We also have to check if there's different detachments here, but it looks like these are all clean jetbikes because I suck. Yep, that is just 2 Strength from Death, so we're gonna choose this one and this one probably. So these 2 here will open fire before anything happens. I'm gonna fire those at the Marines for now. So take our shuriken again. Pew pew. Yep, that looks pretty decent. Can we get the first Blade Storm? Yes, we can. Alright, so Blade Storm wound is a dead man. And the other guy's armor saves are all fine. Alright. 1 down. Next is gonna be the other squad into that Razorback. Because I like removing transports. As soon as they're out, the artillery can blow them to pieces. Hitting on 3s and glancing on 5s. It's a pen. It's a weapon destroyed. And on 1 hull point. Cool. Very successful shooting so far. And that means we can shoot the Autark at the drop pod. Alright, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. And penetrating on a 4. Penetrates. What happens? It wrecks. That's nice. So it doesn't even explode in my face. Because it's plus 2 to this, plus 1 to this, so it's a 5. Yep. So drop pod is wrecked. And that triggers Strength from Death on my bike unit. I'm gonna shoot the same bike unit again at the same targets, pretty much. Yeah, why not? But no, actually not at the same targets. I need to fire not at this target so I can trigger my artillery. So I'm gonna open fire with one of them into this Razorback and the other one into these guys. Makes sense. So we're gonna get our flashlights so we know 2 units here did fire with their soul burst action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Daka daka. Oh my goodness. That was some crappy rolling right there. That's a pen though, there's no cover. Actually, there's cover. Yeah, there's a Davini model cover, but it didn't make it anyway. And what happens with the pen? It is a shaken. Alright, Razorback is shaken. That's nice. I like not bleeding bike models. And then the other squad into the Marines. Yeah, below average rolling. Winning on 2s and Bladestorm. Nope, no Bladestorm for me. And we have normal armor saves on all of them. That's another one dead right there. And that is soul bursting. Okay, so since soul bursting is all done, we need to open fire with the artillery next because this one is going to fall very soon. So we're going to fire the weavers into... I don't know. To these guys, maybe? Can we see them? Yeah, we can see them. I can totally see that guy. Alright, let's fire that. Why not? So, trying to weave some death here. Right there. That looks like a pretty good spot. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting stuff here. Sorry, guys. Pinning check. They are okay. Snap firing check. They are not okay, so they snap fire next round. Do we have more pinning to do? No, the rest is fine. Then we're gonna open fire here. So first shot with the Weaver. Let's see it. It's a direct hit. Second shot. Flips over. It's gonna hit one more. And the third shot flips over and hits nobody. So three hits. Alright. 3 hits. That's 2 dead guys and 1 wound. So it's gonna take out this guy, and we can allocate that one to the sergeant, I guess, because he's equally distant close, and he's dead. Easy peasy. Alright. Actually, before we do that... Alright. So the sergeant would be coming back here because we have night fighting, and I forgot. So they would get the cover safe there. Not the other guys, though. Due to monofilament. Alright, so that was pretty nice. What else can we trigger when we kill that one? We can trigger these bikes here. Alright, so these bikes here gonna open fire into, I don't know, into the Sternguard, I guess, because the Sternguard needs to die disregardless what happens. Obviously into the non-Melta squad, because I'm gonna open fire onto the other guys with everything I have, basically. Just for lol. Alright, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s, 6s, no saves. Oh, come on, guys. I run terrible with the shooting here, but that's okay. Are they a different detachment? They are not, so we cannot trigger another action here. So we might as well fire into the Razorback now. Who's gonna fire though? Probably one of these units back here. Yeah, why not? So these guys here will open fire into the Razorback. to crack it down. Just need one more wound. Actually, do we have a unit with 2 guys only? No. Yes, we have one. One is right here. Okay, so let's do that one. 2 guys shooting. Hitting on 3s. And glancing on 5s, penning on 6s. Oh, come on, guys. You can do it. Nope, can't do it. Alright, in this case we have to fire another unit. We have to fire a full 3-man unit. Can't do anything else. I should have fired the Shadow Weaver. Whoops. That was my bad. I think that's a waste of shots here, but okay. Let's see how unlucky I get with the pens. Yep, there we go. All needed, as you can see. Alright. Let's see what it does. Okay, so no cover save mate, not with night fighting, with nothing else. And what happens to the Razorback? It's a pen, okay. Doesn't matter, it can't explode, and the guy's gonna disembark. That's a flamer. Probably wants to disembark this way. And then back here, there's Black Guardians from there. So, Black Guardians, you know, Black Wind Riders. Alright, that is dead. Set it on fire. The Razorback is on fire. There we go. It doesn't really do good here. I think you should call it a Rhino then. The Rhino's on fire is much easier to sing. But okay. Alright, that's dead. So stringing straight from death. One here, both from the same detachment, obviously. And yep, that's fire. The Shadow Weaver here, that battery is gonna fire into the other, or do they? Actually, nah, we can't reach those. I'm gonna fire into these guys here. They are so nice and clumped up. Gotta give them some love, right? Like so. If you're wondering, this is easier to hit, yes, but if we shoot over here, I'm gonna kill the sergeant first, and don't want that. I want to snipe the last cans. I don't give a crap about those sergeants anyway. So let's see the first shot. It's a little bit of a scatter, 3 inches. It's not a bad one though. Still gonna hit one guy. Oh, don't move. All right, next one. It's gonna flip over and hit the Razorback and the Sergeant, so it's another guy. Come on, give me a direct hit. I haven't got a direct hit yet. Nope, that flips over again. And that is gonna clip one guy. Yep, one guy. Alright, so 3 hits on the squad. Winning on 2s. And that's a cover. He's dead. Armor saves. 1 dead. That is him and him. On the Razorback, that's a glance. 6 up night fighting. Nope, that is 1 whole point. Alright, and that multimeter squad is neutered pretty much, because they only have 2 guys that are out of range and can't see anything. So that sounds like a good idea to me. Alright, and then soul bursting the other unit too. Let's get some flashlights in here. Flashlight. Flashlight. These guys here into the squad that just disembarked, just for the lull. We have 9 shots. Hitting on 3s. Oh goodness. You guys can't hit anything today. Winning on 2s. Okay, at least one of them is dead. Unless he makes his cover saves, which he doesn't. And that's another one down, but nothing else because they made their armor saves. Okay, that is the jetbike unit. And then we can open fire with the next guys. Shadow Weaver's last. First of all, we gotta shoot these guys here. Unfortunately, this is all the same detachment because I was too lazy to deploy properly. That's really all it is. If I was to play right, I could have got some more shots here. So we're gonna open fire with this unit into the stern guard right in front. Why the guys are right in front? Because I don't want to give them cover by their own people. I don't like that. I like my I like my Blade Storm effective if possible. And that's exactly why I was saying that. So let's see if they die. That's no one night fighting, so 2 of them are dead, and then 3 of them die total. 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy. And next I'm gonna fire the 1, 2, 3. There's only 2 guys here, is it? Am I right? Yeah, let's fire these 3 next. Actually, let's fire the 2 next, just to maybe I can save a soul burst action here, something. Yeah, into these guys here as well. So 6 shots, 4 hits, wounding on 2s. No, not so solid, but they might fail their armor saves here, right? Nope, they don't. That's not how Marines do it. They never fail their armor saves, if anything. Alright, so we can open fire again. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. Alright, that's 1 dead, unless he makes this night fighting. Nope. Actually, he would have got an intervening model here, but doesn't matter, he's dead anyway, even with a 2. And that is the squad destroyed. Destroy. Alright, so we're gonna trigger Strength from Death on 2 squads here. Obviously, I'm gonna choose not the guys that only have 2, unless I'm out of range. Let's see. I'm in range. I am not in range. Okay, so I actually have to. Hits Batman. This one is still fit, isn't it? Yeah, that's another one. So we're gonna open fire into that transport here because it's right in front of me and it does annoy me. And if I get these guys out, I might trigger another soul burst. So why not? That looks pretty legit to me. And that takes 2 whole points off unless they make their night fighting, which they don't. Pen. That's immobilized and that's a shaken. Down to 1. Immo shaken. Oh yeah, Searchlight, right? Searchlight. And then the other unit is gonna use Strength from Death to fire into that same transport. It's the 2 bikes. But that's enough, right? Statistically speaking. Which I never got so far. Let's see if they get it. Yay, they got it. Alright. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't make it safe, but it's another pen. Doesn't make it safe. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it explodes or anything. It's just wrecked. It cannot explode because I don't have AP2 weaponry. And Blade Storm just doesn't allow armor saves or anything. It doesn't explode it. These guys will disembark this way. All that writing for nothing because it's already dead. Well, still forgot my freaking pinning checks. Every time I do, I forget it. So, pinning. Nope. Pinning. Nope. Snap firing. Nope. And snap firing. Nope. Alright, so everybody is cool here. No snap firing, no pinning, nothing. And that means we can continue firing, I guess. We did kill this transport, so we have to see if it triggered Soul Burst on anybody, but I think everybody that has Soul Burst already did fire its Soul Burst here. Yep, the other guys are out of range, unfortunately. I did not put them far enough over. They can trigger Soul Burst on these guys though, so don't worry about it. It's not really an issue at all. Right, so since these guys are already shot, I can fire my Shadow Weavers into here. So I'm gonna open fire into the Stern Guard with the Milta. They're nice and clumped up together, which I like. Daddy likes. Right there. Kaboom. We have direct line of sight, so no increased scattering. That's 4 inches though, that's pretty far. Gonna clip the drop pod with the first shot. It's Batman. Alright, give me a direct hit, please. Nope, that is off. I mean, it hits the drop pod, but it's off the guys here. And that's a direct hit, that's nice, so I can put it into... right here, I'm gonna hit 3 and the drop pod again. Alright, so 3 hits on the drop pod, glancing the drop pod on a 6. Yep, that's a 6. It's OP, also OP, it's also AP2, but it's just a glance. Doesn't have enough base strength. And then we have 3 hits on the stern guard. And that's one of them dead unless he makes his cover save, which he does. Alright, so pretty much nothing happened that I wanted to happen, because I scattered pretty far off with the first shot here. Okay. We still have the D shot though. I think I'm gonna take the D shot right now, just to be safe. I'm gonna try to trigger it right here, so we can get a good hit on the drop pod too. Let's see it. Oh, that is a big scatter. Scattering 5 inches this way. Still gonna hit 2 stern guards, so they're probably dead here. Yep, that's 1 dead and 1 cover save. Nope, 2 guys deleted because it's barrage. And we have 1 shuriken catapult in range 2. Yay, 1 shot. 1 wound and 1 dead. Never underestimate the shuriken catapult. Just did 1 wound to you guys and killed him. Easy peasy. Okay, so still no triggering here though, so I have to fire another Shadow Weaver, I guess. I don't know. Do I have any more Shadow Weavers left even? I think I used everything. Whoops. Alright, looks like these guys are fine for now, I guess. Because I don't have any... Oh, I have... Did I trigger my D-cannon, by the way? No, it wasn't in range. Okay, so the D-cannon... That was my mistake, by the way. This guy should have been here. Not that far, sorry. Here, right here. Within 7 inches of that squad, or this Razorback, maybe? No, I would have got it, actually. Okay, never mind. Don't mind me. I'm babbling senseless stuff. But just make sure that your stuff is within 7 inches. That's what I'm trying to say here, pretty much. Alright, so what do we do here? Do I have anything else left? That already fired, that already fired. I think I just have this one left, so we pretty much have to take our shot here. Let's try to get a good hit here. Alright guys, do your worst. You got this. Looks like a pretty good hit too so far. And that looks like a pretty bad hit so far. Because it's got a bunch for last scatter. 7-4 inches to this side, which misses everything. And then we have the catapult. Pew pew. 2 hits. Force the wound. Nice. Double blade storm. And that's 1 guy dead. So almost did it. Do we have anything else I can fire? Oh yeah, I was missing the D. Okay. So I have 1 more. 1 hit. Oh, 1 blade storm. He's dead. Okay. So on the last guy remaining. That's why you buy additional crew. Okay, so he is dead, so we can still trigger these guys. They can shoot at the dropper to secure it. Or they can shoot at these guys because there is a special weapon somewhere. Now the flamer is far in the back, so I think we're gonna fire at the drop pod. We're not very effective against drop pods, that's true, but on the other hand, I need that one removed at some point anyway. So might as well kill it right now. And yes, I'm that confident that I'm gonna kill it. Come on guys, show me what you got. Yep, that's fair enough. One glance is all I'm asking for. And that's a failed cover save. So it's down to 1. And now I can try to finish off with these guys, or these guys can snipe a special weapon, which they can't, because I deployed properly with my flamers. Hooray! I'm learning. So I have 3, 6, 9 from the black Ortho guys. And that looks like nothing to me. Feels bad, man. Maybe I should have fired at the Marines instead. I think it's a waste of shooting at that. Pretty much. Yeah, I think so. But but that's okay. Um, let's continue firing with the rest. These guys here will open fire into here. I can do that safely without breaking any order here because obviously I am totally capable of firing without any effect because these guys don't have any soul bursts or something like that because they are not part of the detachment. But that doesn't make them any less killy, does it? That's one dead. Unless night fighting. He's dead. And 3 guys with armor saves. That's 2 more dead. Oh, actually. Oh, there was the chaplain up front here. So this guy is dead for sure. But the chaplain, does he want to take these wounds? I think so. Because I got assassinate anyway. Hmm. Yeah, what the heck, he's gonna take them both. He's dead. I didn't look out so anyway, but I mean he has a 3-up armor save with everybody else. It would have mattered if he was eating blade storms, but he did not because that killed the last cannon before because it was closer. All right. Did I fight with these guys already? I don't think so. Hmm. I do not think so, no. It's really hard to keep up with the order here, so excuse me if I'm doing units double, but I'm pretty sure I only used my soul burst on this corner because that's what I was caring about, and then I was switching over here, and then yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to work. So these guys here, we're gonna fire into the Razorback because I need to kill that next to trigger some more. Actually, hang on a second. Did I? No, I did not fire with these guys yet. Whoops. The outer did fire, but he was not in range for a soul burst. He is not in range for a soul burst either. These guys here did not fire yet though. And they are in range of that Razorback, so I should fire these guys first. But doesn't matter, it's the same shots here, so we can practically just take those and fire those into the um, I don't know what. Let's say into that one. Why not? They can trigger it themselves, but I want these guys to trigger them, not other way around. Just so I get used to the idea. So it's a pen, that's a double glance, that's dead. So that one is wrecked, which is really bad for the multipliers because now it is gonna provide cover somehow, but at the same time they can't see anything, so that's not good. Lock it down. And that triggers Strength from Death on these guys with the next guys if we can get it. Alright, so let's try to wreck it again. These guys, the squad that already declined, these guys in here. It's no cover apart from night fighting again, obviously, because that's what this attachment is all about. Shuriken and no cover. Yeah, not really, but you know. Alright, triple sixes to stay alive. Not quite. So that is a dead Razorback. Disembarking the guys. In case you're wondering why that is disembarking before I'm triggering Soul Burst, it's actually very clear in the rules that you deploy the unit first, and then the vehicle is wrecked. That means the vehicle wrecked appears afterwards, so I can actually fire my Soul Burst action at the guys inside, which is actually pretty fancy. Okay, let's hide him back here. Hide him back here. Sergeant. And then some random dudes. Like so. Alright, so it triggers them to shoot again. And I guess I'm gonna shoot at these guys because they wouldn't get any cover apart from night fighting. Because I'm not shooting through my own units here. So if I do my Blade Storm correctly, I get some nice effects here. It looks like one night fighting save already. He's dead. And those are all armor saves. Kills another, which is 3 guys total. 1, 2, 3, that squad is dead. Alright, that's good. Some less objective secure sitting on objectives. Also give them the soul burst thing, so we know that they did fire. I think I should do it like this. This is for fire, and this is for soul burst or something like that. Then I have the the overview over everything, because the order here is really important. So you can't just go from left to right, and you need to remember what shot so you don't shoot things twice and cheat, because cheating is bad. All right. Um, but I think we're pretty much done. The only thing we have to left is some guys here that can fire but don't trigger any soul burst. That's why I fire them last. But you can see already what I'm trying to show you here. The soul burst thing is massive, like really, really, really massive. Okay, I pretty much have shot with these two guys. I have shot with these guys, these guys, these guys. So this is all done, but we have one more squad here that did not open fire yet, and I'll fire those into the Razorbacks. Razorbacks, it's a Razorback. It's a one. Why? Because Razorbacks do have objective secure, and the guys inside are pretty much dead if they don't have mobility. So that is just one glance though. It doesn't make it safe, so it takes one glance and that's it. It's really hard to remove these things on demand, but if I kill them right now, I will have a great time at shooting these guys to death next turn. Because remember, I still get my assault moves. These are still Eldar jetbikes, even if they're Ynnari. They don't get battle focus, but the battle focus does not have anything to do with the ability of a jetbike assault move, which is really handy. I think they should have removed that as well, to be honest. Just because of the ridiculousness that you can see here. Alright. As far as I know, we're done. I'll check in a second, but I think we are cool. I bet I forgot a bunch of pinning checks for the Marines here. Did not do one on these guys, for sure. I remember that one. Let's see. They're okay, and then the snap firing is also okay. Not sure about my weapons or my artillery causing pinning. I don't think they do. If they do, excuse me. But I think that's everything we shot. Shot, 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 shot twice, shot, 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 shot. Oh yeah, this guy here. Ha! There's one guy here that still needs to go places. So this guy here is gonna be running 4 inches, because this is the one guy that was part of the artillery platform. And if we charge him in next turn, or they somehow kill him, he's gonna trigger the strength from death everywhere, pretty much. Alright. Shot, 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 shot twice, shot. Think we Gucci. Alright. That means we have leadership tests to take. Leadership test on this unit. They're fine. On this unit. Also fine. This unit. Not fine. Distance. 6 inches. Or, let's see it. Oh, they stay on the board. Okay, so they basically it doesn't matter because they would have to move anyway. And they regroup automatically because they're Space Marines. Okay. These guys are dead, so they can't take any pinning. Here only one died, and these guys are fine. And these guys are all dead, so they can't take any. And that is it. Okay, let's move. We have some nice moves here. So these guys here will make their assault move 10 inches. Pretty much away from that melter. I don't like melter. And I don't have to be in range for anything, because these guys do not have soul burst anyway. Might as well just jump away. These things here, 7 inches. Hep. They like soul bursting, so they're gonna jump over here to trigger on that one. Then next one, 4 inches. I mean, they can hop forward because these guys here don't care anyway. I mean, they cannot charge me, so they're dead next turn. This unit, 10 inches. I'm gonna keep those close enough for these guys here so they can trigger their strength from death. these guys, 6 inches, well, pretty much behind here. A row. These guys here, 10 inches. These guys are pinned, so they can't really do anything to me. So I'm gonna move towards them, just for a little. The Autark, 7 inches. Yeah, close to them, pretty much. Is there a flamer here in here? Or is it a plasma gun? It's a plasma gun. I don't care. These here, 7 inches. I'm gonna follow them, because I need to trigger. And these guys here, 8 inches to here. 4 inches to here. Actually like that. These guys here, 7 inches. Oh, they can't get that far. Over here. These guys, 9 inches to here. And I believe that's all my jet bikes. So next is gonna be the last 2 remaining black guys. 6 inches. We're just gonna hop back to this rock. And then these guys here behind the rock too, because they don't want to get sniped by some less cannon fire. Might as well hide as much as we can, because we're Eldar. And then these here are hopping 8. Closer to these guys so they can trigger their soul burst. And then these two, 4 inches, are pretty much only hopping down here. Turning towards that, turning towards this, and that's it. Alright, that is everything. Goes to show you how powerful Ynnari really are if you come to them. The closer you come, the more dangerous this is. If I had the first time, I would have had turbo boost over there and kill him, which is an issue. But apart from that fact, we pretty much destroyed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 transports, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And we don't even have all our units on the field. And the Shadow Weavers did not fire very well. And I did roll under average for Blade Storm. So that tells you something about the amount of shooting you have to offer if you go for the bike spam and the artillery. And the best thing is, the only thing you can do against these guys here is come close and shoot them down, because their toughness is so high. And if you come close and shoot them down, and you fail, they will trigger twice each turn, which is really, really annoying, because the only battery that didn't shoot twice is this one and the D cannon. Thanks to the drop pod, by the way. Triggered all of my Strength of Death from here. So it was an issue dropping the drop pod here. Should have dropped it like this one. This was already devastating enough, but not as bad as this one, pretty much. Alright. Obviously we score first blood. That's a point. Score assassinate with D3 for sure, because we get the sergeant and chaplains and whatnot. So it's 3 points. And we did secure objective 1. And where's objective 4? We did not secure that one for sure, because these guys are sitting on it, and I can't deep strike there. So I have to turbo boost over there and then kill them, pretty much. It's not really hard to do, but I'm going to discard that just because I can get better ones. That's the only reason. Where's the die on it? Okay, so 1 here, 1, 2, 3 here. First blood. Not Warlock killed though, because the captain's still alive. And that is Eldar first turn. Okay, second turn Marines. Let's see what the objectives they have. They get 3 more because they already scored all of them last turn. Domination is impossible, over firepower is possible. If you do that one, we will suffer. And objective 4 is where? It's not here. Alright, let's turn real quick. right here. Oh yeah, right. It's the same one. So we already have that one pretty much right now. Okay. Um, that's a free point. That's a lost point, and that one is also a free point, but it's very dangerous to do. Next is going to be reserves, and this is going to be crucial because if these guys don't come in, they will come in next turn lonely because everybody else is going to be dead. So Stern Guard does come in, and the Flamer squad also does come in. Okay, so that's basically their only chance here. Where do we drop the Flamers? Um, it's really hard to say because if we drop here, I'm going to trigger the artillery next turn. But on the other hand, they have to actually acknowledge the threat of getting charged, which is pretty high. The only issue is my Flamers can't do anything to these platforms. If I drop them in here, I might take out some bikes of some sort, but not really enough. And then I'm gonna feed again. Hmm. I think I'll still drop here. Just because I want to actually um, I want to be a threat with them, and I need to threaten something here, otherwise they're gonna get ignored next turn and just be used pretty much. So I'm gonna try to drop them right here, so they have to dedicate some firepower, and I scatter a little bit, but not much, because I'm gonna collide with a Guardian, and that means we stop, because 8 inches wouldn't get me over here, and then we can disembark. So I'm expecting to deal no damage here, but at least something. I'm gonna use tactical, I guess. I don't know. There's not much left to shoot here. Tactical it is. Um, so how do we do this best? Probably from here. So flamer over here, and then the rest. Pretty much spreading a little bit so the Shadow Weaver doesn't just annihilate them next turn. Because if they do, they'll get a bunch of free shots next turn. Like so. And then the Stern Guard can try to kill this platform here. Because they did a pretty good job on that one. The issue is we don't have a good angle here. We pretty much have to deploy here, shoot them down, but not be closer to these guys to kill the Guardians, and then kill the Melta squad from this side. So that's actually a pretty hard task. Hmm. Shooting on jetbikes is useless though, because vengeance rounds don't do anything. We might kill a squad, then we die immediately. So I think the Shadow Weavers are the best target here. Let's try here. This is gonna be tricky because if there's a very small window where I actually can deal damage here. Yeah, that's not the window I was talking about, by the way. So we scatter back here, and we do not touch that platform. Yep. So we can end right here. Boom. And that is exactly what I did not want, because now the um, melter part can do their job, but not the bolt part. Let's see if they can actually make it. Disembarking from here, 6 inches brings me to here. I might be able to pull it off still. And not melter, sorry, plasma. So even worse. I already used my melter guys for the good shot. Alright, so we're gonna disembark. Here's the shadow. That's the part of a hole. That's where we disembark from. So we have to move and or move wholly within 6, which is right there. And then we're gonna try the same here. But we'll try to stay as much away from this weapon platform as we can, because we want to allocate the wounds to the Guardians and not to anything else. Why? Because they have 5 up armor saves. That's the reason. Very simple. These guys here will disembark on the opposite, over here, and try to munch through the weapon platform. So the melter gun has to go back here. Melter gun, plasma gun. Why do I keep saying melter gun? And the combi plasma also. And then the other guys need to deploy closer to the Guardians so we can fire those with the poison rounds, like so. And ending our move wholly within 6 inches, which we do. Alright, that's the assassination move. Obviously, these guys will die due to Shadow Weavers if they fail, but that's marine life, right? Alright. That is my deep striking. So next we have movement. What do we want to move? These guys do not have any good targets here other than that unit over here. So they might as well open fire there. I'm gonna still move up because there is a objective back there, and the only thing that's gonna stand still is the Descan. So we're gonna conquer line like so. No rapid firing though. Yeah, no, not in range. These guys can move, pinned. These wise, these guys will go for the assassination. We want to kill the warlord here. I know we're gonna trigger Strength from Death, but we're gonna trigger something at some point anyway. So might as well try and take him out. We can't charge him this turn because we just got bombed out of our transport, which is a big issue. The captain is gonna attach himself to this squad. He can't charge anything this turn anyway, might as well help them out. And these guys here will move because there's this fat thing in the way. Isn't that dead? It's not. Okay, that's a Razorback that is alive. What the hell? I did not realize that. So it's gonna move forward and give them some line of sight. On a horde of jetbikes pretty much, but nothing else. And they also have to move into Korean currency because they lost a few members. That is out of unit currency. So we have to move a Lascan. You cannot do that. Always have to try. Okay, so this guy's getting closer, so yeah, like this. Okay. These guys are regrouping and they snap firing anyway. Might as well make the best of it and move my multi-melter into range to fire. And then Congo line back to this objective because we don't want to lose that. Yeah. He's in range of those, but he can't see anything. So we're gonna get one shot here with the multimeter pretty much. They're neutered. Okay, this one here is gonna move out of the way, so we get another shot. And then we're gonna disembark the dudes on this side, so we can secure that objective and try to snipe some of these dead bikes with the melter gun. Disembarking 6 inches to here. 6 inches to here. And then obviously the melter gun in the back, but in range and everything fine. And spreading a little bit. Okay, got it. These guys here, that's a flamer, and that is a flamer. Okay, so that's pretty clear what they want to do. Gonna move him over here. So for some nice flamer shaping. And the rest is gonna spread. This one here is gonna move here. And then spread towards the artillery. And I know if they die, they just trigger the artillery, but we have to threaten them. We have to get closer. That's the issue with Strength from Death. You're always screwed, no matter what happens. Yep, that is it. That's the entire army. Okay, let's open fire. These guys here into the Wind Riders. I'm not sure what they want to do. Do they want to jink here? No. If I die, I trigger that unit, and then they're gonna kill him. So let's do the opposite. Now that I realize that, I should use the target here. Why? Because I can kill these guys before they get triggered, and the black guys cannot get triggered because they're not part of the detachment. They don't have Strength from Death. So let's try here first. Obviously, we can get all 5 here. So 3 hits. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good summarize. Ynnari are pretty strong. I don't know why people don't think it is strong, but shooting twice is pretty ridiculous if you think about it. Alright, 2 wounds on these jet bikes here. They are fine. And then we have to... we maximize against this squad, so this is the primary target. 6 shots. Rerolling, Tactical Doctrine. And wounding on force. Oh, not bad, 3 wounds. And the armor saves. Whoops. No damage dealt. Next squad. Flamer gets 3. No, 1 and 2. Wounding on a 4. No. And wounding on a 4. Yes. 3 ups. Nope. It's 1, 2. Is it the entire squad? Oh. Yes, it is the entire squad. Alright, so crazy things happen now. These guys get triggered because they're from the other detachment. These guys here get triggered. And these guys get triggered. Pew pew. Alright, another shooting phase, because it is the next turn. You can only fire your stuff once per turn, but the enemy turn is a different turn, so you can fire again. That means you can fire up to 3 times in one game turn, pretty much. Alright, so I'm gonna mark who fired twice. These guys, the D cannon, and these guys. And let's fire. 6. What do we actually kill? If we kill this one, we don't get triggered because we already had these guys. I'm gonna make my own shooting phase. Just wait. I'm actually in range with these guys here to trigger myself. Okay, so we're gonna shoot with these guys, and these guys. Yeah, that makes sense, right? No, it does not. If we fire the D cannon here, I can trigger that, and that triggers this. It's really like it's incredibly hard to comprehend the thing for the enemy and the other player too. It's really ridiculous because you can trigger another phase pretty much. I'm pretty sure this is how it's supposed to be played too. That's the issue here. It's not even like using rules and with interpretation like the Tau players all did when their Monka book came out, or Kayong book. It's actually, I think it's a legit approach here. Mm, yeah, I'm thinking about the options here. If I trigger these 2 guys, I can trigger that with that, and then these soul burst here. And these guys can't soul burst because they're not part of the attachment though. Hmm. So for maximum spread, should trigger these here. Those can't get triggered anywhere else than here. So if I want to use this jetbike, I have to activate the D cannon and kill that. That's pretty much the... Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. So these 2 and the D cannon. It makes sense. Okay, D cannon first is going to open fire into the drop pod. So we can get that drop pod off the objective and trigger these guys at the same time. Direct onto the thing. Uh-oh. It looks like a scatter. No, that's just 3 inches, so it's... Yeah. So it hits one of my own guys. He makes his cover save, actually. Yeah, he would get the cover save here. Or would he? No, he would not. Actually, he would not. Because it is Barrage, right? Yeah, it's Barrage. Okay, so he's dead. He can't jig that because he was not targeted. But he also clipping the pod. Damn it. Pod doesn't get anything, though. Feels bad, man. Why do I roll 1 there? Okay, that didn't work out, but that's okay. We're gonna keep firing. So we're gonna fire this squad into the pod as well. Might as well. Seem a little bit overkill, but I can activate another squad, so I might as well kill the pod in the process, right? It's basically a free kill on a unit that is on a objective. Yeah, it's dead. Even with cover saves, it's not gonna survive that. It's 5 up cover here. Yeah, it's dead. Alright, so drop pod is wrecked. Triggers another strength from death on this squad here, because they're nearby. But we still have to resolve the other one, this one here. So we have 9 shots from these guys against the unit in front, I think, because they don't get any cover saves, because it's not night fighting anymore. So come on, guys, you can enable your Blade Storm now. Yep, there we go. That's a Blade Storm wound, that's 1 dead, and that is another 2 dead. So 3 Marines die, in their own phase, by the way. Because why not? And that means we have this one, this one, this one. These guys get to shoot next from the drop pod trigger, and we're gonna fire those into these guys here. Because I just will poke down the squads so I can kill them next turn, so we can shoot twice again. That's the idea here, so we can kill the Razorback and the guys inside. That's the beauty of this thing. The more units, the better it works. That's pretty much the summation here. So that's 2 guys dead, and armor saves, they're all dead. Okay, never mind then. They're all dead, so it doesn't trigger me again because I cannot trigger that twice, disregardless in what phase, if it's the enemy's phase or mine. So they're not getting another round of shooting, but that happens if you flame one squad and destroy one squad. You're pretty much dead. That's the issue. Okay, so now these guys will fire here, because these guys cannot fire again because I killed them. So the decision was still right, but the result is still crappy for the Ultramarines no matter what. Alright, so I'm gonna jink obviously, because why not? I already did my maximum damage here, so I don't have to hold back here. I just want to preserve some units. So melter gun misses, but we have tactical enabled. Misses disregardless, damn it. Grenade hits, wounds on a 2, 3 up. He's fine. And then the rest. Ooh, pretty bad hitting, but rerolling. Still very bad. So 4 hits with the tacticals, wounding on 4s. It's 4 wounds at least, not bad. And yeah, they're dead. See, that's exactly why you shoot at them last, because they would have triggered these guys disregardless. So on the other hand, you could argue, well, since these guys are pretty likely to die, you might as well have shot the D cannon into something else, so they get triggered by that death, and then yeah, you know. But I don't know. It's a little bit complicated. It's really, really hard to comprehend. Okay, so they're dead. That's the summary, though. 3 shots with the heavy bolter into the jetbike squad, because now it's safe to focus them down. 3 hits and 2 wounds, 3 up armor. They're fine. 2 last cannons, 2 multi-melters snap firing at these guys, so they won't jink. Nothing. Not rerolling anything, because it's tactical doctrine. This one here, not sure about that one. I think he has to drive back to deny cover. Should he? No, I'm gonna keep it in there. I'm gonna shoot. So this one here into the jet bikes, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s with 3 up armor. Nope, nothing. And 2 last cans here. They have pretty much free choice of jet bike choosing. Yeah, I'm gonna fire on the first squad because they don't get any cover, so they will jink naturally. 2 hits, 2 wounds, 1 jink, 1 dead. Doesn't trigger anything though because they are fearless, because they're near their own unit here. Well, they're not fearless, they don't take any tests. That's the right wording actually. Alright, that's all the shooting from this side though. These guys are all done shooting as well. And then I guess I can fire here. I'm a little bit scared of killing the Autark, because if I do, then yeah, pretty much everything will shoot at me this turn, so not good. Still, Plasma. He's obviously gonna have a jink, because why not? Rerolling. Oh, come on. Does a Plasma kill itself? Yeah, it does. Okay. So Plasma Gun is dead, but it still gets 1 wound, hopefully. Yes, it does. And he has, oh, actually, no, he doesn't have to dink, sorry. He has a 4-up in 1 save. It doesn't make any sense to dink with him. I take that back, because I'm a bad Eldar player. Grenade misses, doesn't even help with twin linked, and we fire the bolt guns, all hit, wounding on force. Ooh, might get the water kill here, and then we die. 1 wound. Yep, that is him. Bloop. Autark is dead. Triggers, I think only 2 guys. Yep, he was too far away from the artillery, and everything else is from the same detachment, so we have only 2 units that can shoot. Only 2. I say that with a big irony marker, just in case you don't notice. So we have these 2 guys that we're gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot these guys into those guys, because they're still shooting. And these guys here into these guys, because they're still shooting. So we can prevent some shooting before they shoot, because we shoot before they shoot. Derp. Alright. Yo, dog, I heard you like the shooting phase, so I gave you shooting in the enemy shooting phase so you can shoot more in your shooting phase while the enemy is shooting. Yeah. 1 dead and 1 armor save. Alright. So 1 guy died due to the blade storm, and then these guys here into the stern guard. Because we have some lovely line of sight to there. Hitting on 3s. This time we're not missing horrible, so we're gonna get some good wounding here. Yep, that is pretty much the entire squad dead, because we have not that much cover. Let's check cover here. No, that guy does not have cover. That guy doesn't have cover. And that guy does not have cover either, and I can't see the captain, pretty much. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can't see him, so I can't kill him. Squad dead. Doesn't trigger anything though, because they're too far away. And no night fighting, because it's their second turn, not the first turn anymore. And now they're free to shoot. Wow. Okay, this unit here is pinned, but they can still fire, so I'm gonna open fire into the jet bikes just in front, because they already shot. Actually, in these guys here. Yep, that makes sense. So a grenade misses. Twin link because of the... Nope, nothing. Doctrine, by the way. That's all misses and all misses. Rerolling everything because this tactical 2 hits. And that is 1 wound with a 3-up. Nope, bike is alive. That's it. There's only 1 captain left here. And I mean, he can run because his squad is pretty much dead. 5 inches to here, something. Out of D range, that's the important thing, because if he gets hit by the D, he is done. Yeah, that is it. So we have only the Stern Guard left, so they're the only heroes here that might survive the entire turn and actually do some damage here. So we'll see. We'll see. First of all, I'm gonna fire my flamers though, because they are not likely gonna take out anything, but they might be able to remove some guys. You never know, right? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits here, and this one's a little bit iffy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. So 11 hits on the unit. But don't get too excited because they are toughness 7, so we're wounding him on 6s. Dun 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 dun. Artillery is overpowered. Who would have thought? 1 wound is gonna kill 1 guardian. Then we have a grenade that misses, but tactical doctrine, so we get to reroll once, and that doesn't wound. And then we have 2 bolt pistols. Actually, yeah, 2 bolt pistols, 2 hits, wounding on 6s. Nope, nothing. Hey, we killed 1 guardian, who doesn't care, by the way. They don't take any tests here. Alright, so next we're gonna fire these guys here into the artillery squad. We also have poison rounds, so we can wound them pretty nicely here. Oh, and we reroll once, thankfully, because of the doctrine, but it doesn't really help me because we're still missing half. And then we're wounding on twos. Mm. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Um, the issue is this guy is closest. 1, 2, and then the platform takes the next one. So it can take those on the 3-up armor. 3-up. No. 3-up. Oh, they got lucky. Nice. They killed the platform. That kills this guy. And then we have one wound on my choice, and I'm gonna take it on the platform, obviously. Ah, my goodness, these guys can make any 3-up armor saves today. I mean, they did some before, but not really much, no. Can't remember. Okay, so that's all they can do, though. Next, we're gonna fire the plasma, because there is one. Does it make sense? Yeah, the plasma next. Plasma, combi plasma. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. No, 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 we can't. We can only reroll one of them, the one. Okay, that one hits and force the wound. That's 2 wounds and no saves. So that one goes down. And at this point, I might as well go to ground, I think. So 6-up. Nope. Guardian dead. And then we have 6 shots with the poison. Heh. Rerolling once, thankfully. That doctrine is doing some good work because I'm rolling really, really badly here. That's 3 wounds. So that's a go to ground save. Nope. And that is the one dead. Actually, no, there's 2 guardians left. Whoops. Yeah, it makes its armor saves too. So it would have been destroyed if there's nothing around, but there's still guardians in the squad because there's one guardian over here. Okay, so they're still alive, technically speaking. And that's it. But we have to score overwhelming firepower, so I still have to kill something. So I mean, it's pretty suicidal if I kill one of these guys. The issue is, though, he's gonna charge me next turn, and I cannot not hit him. So he's gonna die disregardless, and then in the Eldar Assault phase, they're gonna rapid fire everything they have into me, no matter what. So I'm not sure if it's such a big issue. But on the other hand, it's gonna happen next turn, and they're gonna shoot twice anyway. So that's the issue here. You always have to pick your poison. That's the only choice you have. You will die just regardless. So I'm not gonna kill them. I already have overwhelming firepower by destroying that one bike squad, but yeah. I'm gonna keep this as a victory because I pretty much nuked that artillery, but I did not trigger any uh, strike from death yet. So I am good, maybe? Yeah. So no leadership required here, though. Nothing else happened. We have 2 drop pods. They can still fire, so I'm gonna fire the pod at that weapon platform. Misses, and the other one hits. Wounds on the 6. No, nothing. Alright, that is it. No leadership traits required whatsoever. And I'm not sure if they dealt more damage than the Eldar did to them this turn. I think the Eldar won their shooting phase. Like, not their, but the Ultramarines shooting phase, pretty much, in how much damage they dealt. Because these units here are dirt cheap, 30 points per platform. So in the end, I lost 60 points from all of that. And pretty much nothing here because they are in full force still. We'll see. Okay, so we can remove those pinned markers because they're not pinned anymore. And everything that was shaken is not shaken anymore too, but everything that was shaken is dead anyway, so who cares? What did we score? Did not score domination, who would have thought? Objective 4 is... Oh, wait a second, did I run away? No, it's secure. And we got overwhelming firepower, but only one unit was destroyed, so we get just 1 point. That is 2 points. And Warlord kill, because we did kill him, and we did kill 1 bike unit back here. But I think that's everything, right? I did not get triggered by anything else. No, you can actually see it right there and right here. So technically speaking, oh no, I destroyed another unit. That's why I triggered myself. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so pretty much exactly how I thought. I killed 2 units, and I could have gotten a D3 points, but I chose not to because I'm gonna give them another shooting phase here. And if all of that fires, they are dead. And if they die, then the next, and so on. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is it's a bad idea to do it, even though it is beneficial in terms of victory points. I rather not get tabled next turn, so that's good. All right. Um, that one is gonna get discarded, and that is how many points? 5 points to 5 points, and it's beginning of Eldar turn 2. Drawing 3 cards here. Uh, oh no, go. They have the best ones they ever had, because no prisoners and overwhelming power. Power is pretty much D3 plus 3 plus D3 points. Objective 2 is, I think, doable. Where is it? Objective 2? Objective 2? No. Yeah, that is doable because there's like a few Marines that I can easily wipe off this square because I have so much power on that side of the board. That should be no problem. Should also score me overwhelming and no prisoners. We have to kill 6 units this turn. That is easy. And that is going to trigger overwhelming firepower because obviously I'm going to take them out in the shooting phase. By the way, just in case you're interested, there is stuff like Blood and Guts that says kill something in the assault phase. These guys here can kill stuff in the assault phase because they might be able to trigger that one with shooting. So you can kill stuff in the assault phase with shooting, which is actually pretty cool. That's basically a plus for mixing melee and shooting squads with the Eldar sometimes. Okay, um, so much about tactics. This one here is dead, right? Yes, I destroyed it. Okay. Whoops. That was not what I wanted. It is still there though. I'm just checking for my targets here. Um, so this is a walking freebie. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So everything I want to kill this turn is a point to me as well. Cool. So first thing first, we're gonna move the Black Guardians over here, and we're gonna try to take out that captain. Actually don't have to come that close. I'm not Eldar player enough to care about it, but I need to stay back from him. That's the idea. These guys don't care about getting triggered anyway. They're just caring about being most efficient, and that should be the case right now. Alright. These guys, however, do care about that a lot, so they will jump to here. That one is going to stay 1 inch away. Let's do unit currency. Like so. Looks a little bit weird because he's moving so far up, but that's okay. Alright, he's good. And these 2 guys will come as close as they can. These 2 guys will come as close as they can. They all need just line of sight onto the captain so we can kill him. And if we kill him, we kill everything else anyway. These guys here cannot do anything to get into range, so they're gonna hold still. These guys here can get into range of these guys if they die. Are we mixed detachments here? Not yet. Okay, so I need to mix these guys here with these guys so I can get more out of my strength from death. Yep, that's good. And these are jinking. Not really useful this turn. I think I'm just gonna send them I mean, in theory I still would like to fire them, but do I actually have a purpose? I'm gonna send them over here for now. Alright, then we have to see what we do here. There's one Shadow Waver here that cannot fire, obviously, because we have to move, and then that has to move, and now they can't fire. But they might get another moving phase pretty much. These guys can fire no problem. This thing can also fire no problem. They're also in range of everything pretty much. And then we can send some jet bikes back over here so they can trigger twice as well. Because I want those assault marines removed. Like so. These guys have to just get line of sight. And being triggered by everything pretty much. Not by that one, so we have to get a little bit closer. Yep, now we have the choice. And these guys will also spread. 7 inches from here is right here. 7 inches from here is already in. So the rest can conquer line over here. Although this is some advanced cheese, but that's actually how this detachment is supposed to be played, because there we go. Everything is in range of 7 inches of everything that dies. And we get benefits for being very close to something that is something Eldar don't do. But this game they will. Okay, so these guys here are pretty much... I mean, they have 3 choices here. That guy here needs to die. He's gonna charge this regardless what happens. And I guess we just put this in a more central position so we have more choices upon destruction of anything. Same for these guys. I'll just have them around. Actually, artillery is gonna come down right there, so let's not go that bold. But if we kill this guy, we can trigger ourselves again. So why not? Let's go ahead and kill him. I don't care. All right. I think that's everything though. Should be good. Okay. Shooting. Let's fire these guys first because they don't have any. Oh, right. Sorry. Sorry. Have to roll 1 reserve. No, they're not coming in. So, see, I didn't forget. It's just meant to be, right? Yeah, doesn't matter. No reserves coming in. So these guys here open fire to the captain. After these guys open fire first, because they would get triggered. So these guys here into the Marines. 6 shots. And 3 wounds. No, nothing happened. Actually, it's another guy. Whoops, sorry. That was a 3-man squad that was a little bit spread. That's 1 dead and 2 guys with armor saves. No. So 1 guy. That's a melter gun actually. Melter gun down. Then we have the other squad back here. Can open fire. 2. And that's 2 wounds. And 1 death. Nice. So they whittled down pretty easily already. And now we can open fire with these guys. So we have 9 shots, hitting on 3s, and wounding on 2s. And that's all 2-up armor saves, because he has artificial armor. And that is already him on 1 wound. Okay, so he's pretty much dead. We have another round of that shooting, because we have 2 squads right there, and they have 4 guys. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 2s. 1 blade storm wound. So this is a 3-up storm shield. And 2-up artificial armor. Which he makes. Okay, so he's actually still alive. Looks like I have to trigger my stuff otherwise. Let's see. I can still trigger with these guys first, I guess. So I'm gonna shoot those jet bikes into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Into the Marines first. Ooh, that's a pretty bad roll though. Yep, that is a bad roll. And that looks like all wounds to me. 3-up armor saves on the Marines. Nothing. Wow, these guys are really tanky today. 3, 6 from the next squad. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. Come on, guys, give me some blade storms here. Yeah, there we go. I want blade storm, so 1 is dead, and then 2 more. 2 more. 2 total. 1 and 2. And he's still alive. My goodness. I'm thinking about actually firing the cannon though, because I would like to finish that one off so we can trigger. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's the best idea. Let's fire the D shot. It's a little bit wasted, but on the other hand, the D cannon doesn't have any good targets, so might as well fire. It's not in range of the captain, so we should be Gucci. All right, so looks like we are scattering 5 inches, pretty far, but might still be fine. Yeah, that's actually really good. We're hitting 2 guys instead, and it's barrage, so we don't care about cover here. That's one guy. No, actually no cover here. So it's 2 guys dead, just outright. Boom, boom. The issue with that is though we still didn't finish them off. There's one guy here, one guy here, one guy here. So essentially we don't have any finished targets here. Can we open fire here? No, we're not ranged for the catapult. And that means I have to invest another round of shooting with something. I have this one weaver here that cannot fire, and I have this one weaver here that is just one. I think he's gonna go for a long shot. I know it's a little bit far away, but you know, might get it. You never know. No, that is not a hit. It's not even gonna hit my own guys because it does not have line of sight, so it's not gonna get its ballistic skill, so it's away. Okay, so it was worth a try though, I think. It's um, just for the lull. I still have these 3 guys to kill him. Is it worth it? I think so. Yeah, it is. It is. It is definitely. Just because we have stuff here that can fire back here. We don't have to fire with these here. We can switch sides. So these 3 bikes are gonna open fire into that one dude. It's a little bit overkill, but he just refuses to die, or I roll pretty poorly, to be honest. It's more like that. So we have 9 shots again. Oh, not bad. 7. And wounding on 2s. That's all wounds, and that should be him dead. Yep, he is dead. Okay, so he triggers. 7 inches is here, here, here. Everything gets pretty much triggered. So in case everything gets triggered, I'm gonna trigger that group, because it's from a different detachment, and this group. This group is gonna fire into him, and these 2 are gonna fire back here into these guys, because it makes sense. We want to switch targets pretty much. 6, 9 shots from here into here. Wounding on 2s. That's 1 guy dead because there's no cover, and that's 3 guys dead. Should be everything that was in range too, because I was not entirely in range. Then these 2 guys here, the same squad. We got 6 of them. No, let's give that away. Just 3 of them. Ah, come on. Winning on 2s. Free up armor. Oh, he's on 1 guy left. But that's okay. We have this hero here to trigger that afterwards. Alright, and then the last unit into these guys. 4, 6, 9. A little bit overkill too, but you know. We gotta get rid of the guy somehow, and if we kill that guy, we can trigger the rest of them. Anyway, right? Yeah, it makes sense. So, we missed a bunch of shots, but it should be fine. Yep, that's dead. He does not have any saves against that. And that means we can trigger against the captain again. So we get 1 more round of shooting and then a inhibited one. But it should be enough to kill him, disregardless. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Also 2 blade storms. And that does not kill him yet. No. And then the 2 ups. Nah, he's dead. He dies exactly on that note, by the way. Okay. So we still have 1 more squad to shoot, but I don't think they're in range of anything. Yes, they are actually. Cool. So the two lonely guys here can still fire. That's everything I can do for the soul burst on that side. Not bad. Wounding on 2s. That's 1 dead. And 4 armor saves. And that's 4 armor saves, okay. So 1 dead is probably the sergeant. 20. Yeah, he's close up. That's good, because we don't want to use the last cans, obviously. Okay, and that is everything here has fired twice. These guys have fired, that thing has fired, it can't get triggered again. And these guys did also fire. All right, let's continue with these guys here because we can trigger a death right here. This guy here obviously can't do anything because he just regrouped with his platform and he's not relentless. So he can't fire the platform even if he gets triggered. That only works if he gets triggered in the enemy phase, which he will not, I assure you. So we're gonna take that guy and kill this guy. Maybe. Pretty likely. No, nothing. We might as well fire his shuriken catapult into him, but he misses. Okay. We have one jetbike that can also fire into him. 3 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. He's dead. Actually, he might. No, he cannot go to ground. They are fearless, by the way, so they can't go to ground at all. So he's dead, which triggers a bunch of units around. We can trigger these guys here, and we can also trigger these guys here. They will both. Oh, actually, I did it wrong. Whoops. These guys should have shot first, obviously. Now that was pretty garbage, I must admit that. How do I fix that? I think I can't fix it really. Unless I kill these with that one. Okay, might as well just shoot with these guys then. I made a mistake here. I should have fired these bikes first, obviously. I'm still not getting used to it. It's annoying me. So these guys here into that. Squad. And wounding on 2s. Ooh, that was not good with the wounding here. Doesn't matter though. They're both dead. 2 up armor saves. 3 up armor saves, failed on a 2. Do they trigger anything? Actually, they will trigger these guys here. But I'm not going to use it because obviously I want to have my normal shooting. And that means this guy can also shoot again, I guess. Yeah, might as well. So he's going to shoot at these guys. 2 hits. Haha, he's going to kill 1 and just 1. Okay, so it didn't matter in the end. He rolled well. And that's fine. Okay. Nothing else is going to get triggered though. Oh, actually, I can trigger this guy as well because that's a different detachment. These are 2 guys from the same detachment, so we can fire him or we can fire the jetbike once again. Let's fire the jetbike. I mean, makes sense, right? So jetbike into these guys. That's 1 dead. That's 2 guys dead. Pew pew. And then we can fire this unit that hasn't fired yet at that unit as well to finish them off. Can they get triggered? Looks like a yes to me. Pretty close, but should be in range. And if not, I had more movement, so I should have been in range, disregardless what happens. I know that sounds really weird if I say it afterwards, but in the end, you always should pre-measure, and you should always be giving your opponent that one if he called that he was in range before. Even if it's like half an inch off or something. Okay, so 2 guys die here. 1 guy due to the rend, and the other guy because he doesn't have much cover. So he's dead. We can trigger that unit here, but No, he did not fire yet. Can he fire? Yeah, why not? So you have 2 shots from him as well. Because last time we triggered the bike, so he can fire again with his shuriken catapult, and he doesn't do anything. Alright, but they are also in range of the same thing. He's a part of a different detachment, so we can fire that unit at the drop pod, I guess, because drop pods are annoying and I don't like them. Let's kill it. Especially if they are objective secure. That makes this even worse. Okay. Looks like a good hit. 6s, come on. Not really. So it's down to 1 hull point, but it's not dead yet. Doesn't matter though. We have a bunch of artillery that just likes to shoot stuff like that. Talking about artillery, I'm gonna fire these guys here into. Do I actually do that? That's really, really risky, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fire over here. I do not have line of sight, as you can see, but it doesn't matter because I'm artillery and I can fire indirectly if I want to. if I dare to, you could say. I'm gonna fire right there, and I'm not gonna subtract my ballistic skill because I fire without any line of sight. Come on, guys. Yay, direct hit. So we get 3 hits on the first one. Next shot. Skips over and misses entirely. And the third shot flips over and hits probably one and a whoops, and a Razorback. Yep, exactly like that. Okay, so we have 4 hits on the unit. That's 1 dead, and 2 guys wounded, and that's 3 guys dead. 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy. 1 hit on the Razorback, nothing. Alright, pretty good. Next we're gonna fire the D cannon, I guess. Yeah, why not? The D cannon, because I want to get 2 shots with the D cannon for sure, just so we can finish off drop pods, because it's pretty hard to do with Shuriken. Not impossible, but hard. Definitely hard. Alright, Shuriken right there. Going off again. 7 inches, 3 inches this way. We miss entirely. Feels bad, man. So it misses entirely, and we still have the bikes. So 3, 6, 9 shots into the assault marines, naturally. Pretty average hitting. Yep, very average hitting. Wounding on 2s. Also average wounding, because there's 1 dead, and these guys take armor saves. And that is 4 guys dead. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somehow we always left with 1 guy somehow. Okay, can I get something to kill him? Actually, I think I'd since I messed up earlier here, I think I'm out of 1 guy. Fired, 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 fired. Yeah, Fitz Batman. He's actually alive. Because these guys do not get triggered because this thing is still alive and he's still alive. And I don't have any artillery support because I already fired this one at this one and failed. This gun can fire. Yep, that guy actually survives. Okay, so this guy survives, 1 drop pod and 1 drop pod left. Okay, then we're gonna fire into these guys, I guess. Can we actually see that guy? No, we can only see these 2 guys, but might as well fire, right? So we have 9 shots, hitting on 3s, and whoops, that was 2 misses, by the way. And 1 cocked, wounding on 2s. Looks like he is dead. That one he has no armor save, by the way. Doesn't matter. Both dead. And then we're gonna fire these guys here into the Razorback because it is empty, but we still want to destroy it to trigger our friends. Not exactly perfect rolling, but penetration is all that matters. That's what she said. Okay, it's dead. It's wrecked. Actually, it's over-wrecked. It already took 1 wound from earlier. Got it. And that triggers their ability to shoot again. So they're gonna shoot to these guys. 3, 6, 9. Oh, that is a bunch of hits. And that is 1 cover save on a 5-up. Another cover save on a 5-up. He is alive, and he's dead. Eradicated. We have this unit can fire again, but I think they are out of range, are they? Pretty much. That guy is actually in range. Oh, there's still hope. Okay, let's see if we have line of sight. They do, because the drop pod is pretty big. You can see it over there. So we still have the chance to trigger them. Yay! Come on, guys, you can do it. You just need 1 glancing hit. Looks good. 6s. Yep. It does have cover, though. which it doesn't make, so it's dead. Drop pod is wrecked. And that will trigger something, maybe? Oh, I failed. Did I fail again? I'm gonna kick myself if I do. No, I am in range. Okay, I was gonna say, I moved these guys, didn't I? So these guys get triggered. That means this artillery piece can shoot again, because they did not use their so fire yet. So fire, what? So burst action. That's what I wanted to say, sorry. Um, Actually, I'm thinking about not shooting my main guns. I'm actually gonna shoot these shurikens, so I don't kill myself, right? So we have one, two, three, four, five guys here, and we have three weapons. So we can fire with the crew first, just to don't, so we make sure we don't die. And we might just kill him. Let's see. Come on, Blade Storm. Just one wound. There we go. That's why you don't shoot the artillery first. This is just a matter of order. These guys should always shoot first before the artillery fires. Alright, so he's wiped out. That triggers Sorbus actions for the jetbikes. So the jetbikes can fire another round into the drop pod. See, just as planned, as always. Pretty good. And sixes. Pretty good. That's another one. And that takes one whole point off the pod. Doesn't do anything special, but I like killing pods. It's very, very satisfying to do so. Okay. I think that's it. And that's pretty much an entire wipe, because we have two guys here. We have one guy there, and we have one drop pod. I think that's everything they have left. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's take some tests here. Play this off like real gentlemen, right? These guys are okay. These guys are not okay. Running away again. And again, staying on the board. No, this time he is off the board and gone. I'm not going to do all my assault moves because it's going to bore you to tears, but we will see how much points did I get this turn. So we get D3 for overwhelming firepower. That's 1. We get D3 plus 3 for no prisoners. That is 5. And we did secure objective 2. So we score 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Warlord kill. 30 points in turn 2. And almost a wipe. I'm pretty sure they could wipe them next turn. It's actually just for the low, let's see, because we all knew was going to happen, right? Because we saw the first round of shooting, and it was pretty much GG. 2, 4, and 5. 2 is unscorable. 4 are we sitting on? And 5 is unscorable, pretty much. Oh, we have the Razorback, right. How could I forget about my Razorback? Okay. Right there. So they can score 2 more points here. Nice. Not the Eldar, though. These guys can score 2 points. 4, 5, discard 2. And we're gonna shoot the last cans, I guess, real quick. Doesn't do anything, to be honest. I'm gonna shoot them at these guys here. 1 hit. 1 wound, 1 jink. Yeah, 1 guy dead. They don't take leadership tests because they're close to each other. And that's it. Alright. So let's see how many points the Eldar will get this turn, and then I can end the game. Just out of curiosity. My goodness. Blood and Guts. Okay. Do I get that? I don't think so. I mean, no, this guy ran off the board. We couldn't get that. Oh, we can actually get it. I don't think we have anything that can touch the vehicles because we don't have strength 4, and we can only gun them down. So that's not a point. Objective 3 is mine, and domination I can also score because I'm just going to turbo boost over here, grab that one, destroy it. So we get domination for how many points? 1. So that's 4 and 5 points and wipe. Don't have to play it out. You can just do the math yourself. How much jetbikes I would get, assault moves from last turn, moving over here, blah blah blah, doesn't matter. So in the end, they wipe them and they win 18 to 7 points in turn 3. And that was, by the way, with Ultramarines going first and Eldar rolling below average. So that's gonna tell you how much this detachment can actually do. And in my opinion, it's gonna you can play it even nastier. I think my list was not optimized. I really enjoyed my artillery. I always like these guys because they're so cheap. But I mean, obviously, having a knight would be nice. Having a combined arms with a scatter knight would be even worse. And basically, you only need to need some heavy hitting power to trigger these effects. And even if I'm wrong, even if they FAQ that you cannot stack detachment benefits in this case, because you can with the Tau, for example, you can take two Dawnblade detachments and then get your preferred enemy pretty much on, not preferred, better than preferred enemy, preferred target, I should say, on 2 units instead of 1. That works. So in theory, this should work also for this one. Only once though, because as soon as you chose that, um, you cannot take the detachment more than 2 times since that would disallow you to play this in tournaments, but unlike everything else, I think this is ITC rules-wise correct. Everything is played correctly. I mean, the D is different played, obviously, but in terms of like viability and what you can do, this is correct because you have 2 detachments. You don't have any double formations because I don't have any formations here, by the way, because those you don't need. And interesting here is you could actually try to run the Wind Rider host or whatever it's called. The issue why I don't do that is because there is a Viper in there and you can't trigger them on vehicles, which I really don't like because I think Eldar infantry and so on was good already, and I think vehicles would have gotten a nice buff. I would have disallowed it for all jetbikes and monster creatures for that matter. So the Eldar infantry and the vehicles get the buff, not nothing else. But that's Games Workshop for you. Gotta sell some more models. Can't do that. Although I wouldn't see why the vehicles couldn't do that because obviously inside of the vehicle there is a driver and he would get triggered by that Strength of Death. Because apparently you're getting triggered by stuff dying that is a vehicle, so why not the other way around too? Because there's, you can argue in both cases, fluff-wise, there's a guy inside and so on. But I don't know, maybe they felt like that was gonna put it over the top or something, which I wholly disagree with because as you can see, the main issue is and stays, jetbikes are too cheap. Jetbikes should not be able to take 3 heavy weapons per squad, and if they do so, they get the most effective, they get the most benefits out of this. And even if they don't, if they die, you see as soon as something is dead nearby, you don't want to be within 24 range. Because the Blade Storm and the Strength 6 is just a good profile against everything. I highly prefer this over the scatter lasers, by the way. I think the -1 shot and additional thing is gonna benefit you more. And due to your mobility, you don't necessarily need the 48 range. You can pretty much do more than anything else. And the funny thing about this detachment is the closer the enemy is, the more effective it is. Because obviously, as you saw, if I hadn't the drop points to trigger everything, I couldn't have fired as often. And obviously, the enemy is also investing points, sending those towards you. So those are very much dead points and maximizing the efficiency of your army. And that's what I like. I love my efficiency, right? I always use my units very aggressively because I want to have the max benefit of them. Until they die, they have to fight in every single turn. That's what I'm always going for. That's why you see my armies getting engaged so much. I rarely have anything that sits back and just does nothing because it's not how I play. And this is exactly what I like about this and what I like about Eldar in general. They pretty much buffed the efficiency of everything that is close range and that it has to take a risk because I'm taking risk by getting closer, but I'm getting like 10,000 times repaid just in terms of how much damage I can pull off. Because I cracked those Razorbacks like it was nothing. Like the benefits of the Eldar detachment outweighed the benefits of the Space Marine detachment within half of a turn. I wouldn't even have needed a whole turn of that kind of shooting. Yeah, so uh, all I'm trying to say is if you have the jet bike, you can pretty much take that to your tournament and probably win. Unless they do some heavy FAQ on this, and I think that should be done. Just because the amount of cheese you can pull off here is immense. Like close combat worked. Pretty much every list I played worked. Could have been played better. Could have been positioned better, and still worked out immensely good. That is a good sign for. Yes, I might play it good or something, but I can tell you something about me. I'm not playing Eldar very often. This is the I have made, let's say, 3 battle reports, and I've played a bunch against Eldar too, obviously because they are meta army, and you see it everywhere. But I'm not the great Eldar warlord or something. I don't know how to position properly and see my range and my efficiency too much, so I can't really tell it's the player that won those games. I understand how the attachment works, and I really enjoy it, and I think I figured out what makes it blink. But yeah, all in all, I think the power level is just too high, as always. Every time Eldar gets something, the guys that write their codex, the guys that write their supplements, they never turn down a notch. And if they do it something like, I don't know, 10 points more for uh, something random, or they nerfed the transports, okay, but they gave the jetbikes immense buffs at the same time, so it didn't matter. The power level was still higher than any other army, and it got even higher after that. So yeah, that is pretty much a thing of that balancing team right there. And unfortunately, I got Mad Ward. That's why Greyhound's not OP. And that's the difference you can have here. I mean, you can do something about this. You can annihilate these guys and stay out of range from that, but everything that has to come too close or is hiding in boxes is gonna have a bad day, pretty much. Doesn't matter if it's cultists or marines, everything dies to the blade storm spam at some point. And even monsters, creature, and so on, you can focus down whatever you like. And at that point, the enemy has to fight basically an army that has twice as much shooting and sometimes 3 times as much shooting, and with the detachment even more because it is triggered easily. So you have not 3 times as much shooting and then 6 times, but 3 times much easier than you would expect, because you can trigger it twice on each unit. You don't have to lose or kill 1 unit per trigger. You can do that multiple times over the course because of the detachment rule. Because you could also run this as a combined arms, right? So we have to justify why not run it as a combined arms and take some more objectives. My simple answer to that is because it works better. It works better when you have more units that can shoot more and make that alpha strike that you have even bigger. So it makes the most out of your small units count and squeezes the last bit out of every single shooting that you have. And as you can see, I used that detachment rule a lot this game. It was not like that was like a gimmicky side effect or something. It was pretty legit in my opinion. So I definitely run that detachment again, not a combined arms detachment. I would just add the combined and add detachment because I had to, because I wouldn't get another detachment in here, and I could replace those Black Guardians. But to be honest, I think the Black Guardians did some good work here. They did some nice supporting. They are just 9 points more expensive, but that way you get some units in here. And against any other armor than this Ultramarine spam field go across the entire table, you would have some nice flanking units that hit rear armor, that do outmaneuver the enemy, that flop on objectives. So I like that. I think that's good. I don't think they need sword burst necessarily. They are basically your long range support bikers as you play them normally. And I would actually say you could give them scatter lasers in this case, because they are too far away from the action sometimes. But then at the same time they are deep striking wherever you want to, so you might as well give them the 24 range and deal with it, because they still have their sword moves to save themselves as normal Eldar tactics go. So I like that addition, but I think the command arms could have done more pressure. And artillery was good, but I think would have done better with an additional combined arms and hitting more single units there and less blobbed up units. And obviously Shadow Weavers are not the best choice, but I like them. I think they're very efficient. For 30 points per model, I think they dealt enough damage, and they have high range, can kill stuff, can finish off that last whole point that triggers your entire thing. just the last thing to get it across the edge. And a D cannon might be nice and everything, but it only has 24 range, and it's a fire magnet by like nothing else. Is more expensive and has the same survivability. So yeah, I think sometimes it's just better to take something else. You might argue vibro cannons then, but I think vibro cannons need some more psychic support, and I don't need psychic support in this list. You could run it, but uh, the thing is, you min-max, you take multiple units. You want that multiple benefit. You also bought like an autark fusion gun, like an amazing unit and benefit in this kind of detachment. And the Fancier just doesn't cut it necessarily. So all she's gonna do is guiding something, and then I don't know. No, not really. It depends. You can pretty much make this as you want. You have enough power level to play with. You can downgrade this army by taking the spikes. Obviously, I already showed you how to do it. I was taking like the worst units you have in the codex, like scorpions and whatnot, and you can still win. So that's not an issue, but I wanted to show you what actually happens if you uh, pull up the lever and say, okay, I'm gonna go crazy here with the shooting and actually pull it off shooting wise. Okay, I hope you guys still enjoyed. I think it was very enlightening. Not necessarily fair, but I think the Ultramarine list performed better than the last one. And obviously, you're gonna have issues with any kind of army against this, except maybe Tau or something really, really powerful. Demons could also do something about it. We'll see. All right, that's it from me for now. Have a nice evening, whatever time it is at yours, and happy wargaming.